Hello everyone, this is Greyshot117 here, and I'm bringing you a Master League game series. This is off the second day of games that is actively going on as I speak. Right now in this game, we got ourselves Findeed as the Americans and Quaritz as the Austere. Now, I did have another series, in case anyone's wondering, in an announcement why I'm covering this. Simply put, they had some technical issues, so I may have to cover them a little later. But right now, we got ourselves Quaritz and Findeed duking it out on what map exactly? Well, that map is Faumonville Approach. We got ourselves, of course, the Austere with a Pioneer, MG, and Grenadier start. So, you know, your basic start. Your basic entry from the Austere. No Assault Grenadiers, no other Ostrupen or weird mixes of infantry. Meanwhile, the Americans are also doing the same. We got two sets of riflemen and Greyshot, most likely following suit with a lieutenant or a captain. Usually early on is the next logical choice for a lot of these key players. Remember, guys, if you want to support this whole pretty much tournament, you can support the Master League, or simply put, just actively watching and following a number of casters, commentators, etc. like that while the games are live or when they're on their YouTube channels. Seriously does help out the league. So thank you guys for your incredible support. Alright, we got ourselves our first engagement, and that is with a Grenadier squad opening fire against Riflemen. Now they are in cover, but the Riflemen are also in green cover. So in this situation, because both sides are in green cover, it comes down to as the better equipment, and the Riflemen have the better rifles in this situation, doing more damage against the Grenadiers. However, the better machine gun in this situation is going to be the MG42 opening fire against the Riflemen. But however, two things to note. One, it was so far out of range, they barely even got suppressed or hit. Second, this building is currently blocked by this shrub. So because it's blocked, they can't cover against Riflemen coming along the side, which is why they moved to this position with the car and stuck the MG literally into the car itself. I always think in this game cars are too small. Like I always see cars, I'm like, that looks a bit too small, but hey, that's me. And that might be just cars of the time. Anyway, Grenadiers are being reinforced by additional Grenadiers, trying to, again, we have some cover positions across the map. Meanwhile, American forces are doing a very good job at covering the northern area. Plus, we actually have 3 riflemen across the map. Grenadiers are engaging. Greyshot trying to build some cover, but unable to. And right now, they are hitting those Greyshot and actually forcing them back. So good shots there. Riflemen are on standby. They're not advancing. They're not trying to do anything. But this squad is trying to pick up some shots with the Greyshot and try to maneuver. We solved the MG in mid, and the Greyshot, well, just revealed this. So again, some things to note is you don't always need to engage to reveal something. Sometimes just the retreating unit can accidentally reveal one of your units. So just take note of that. Riflemen are actually just hiding here. If the Germans knew, they can maybe pop a rifle grenade, but Americans are just chilling right behind this bush, just waiting. I love the idea that they're peeking through the bush to see the Germans move along the other side. That's kind of fascinating. But you know, the Grenadiers ignore the Riflemen and push forth against the other Riflemen along the lower end. We do have Riflemen in this building, but again, because of the window situation, they're not going to do as much. But they are enough because of the Pioneers being already a little low before engagement, do manage to push them back. Like I mentioned, we do have a lieutenant. Luckily, he was able to deploy another Rifleman squad in the meantime. Still, most likely he'll upgrade and either give himself a MG or a let's see here, MG or utility car. But most commonly, Stuart. Stuart light tank is how people go, just so that way they can counteract the 222. All right, Striker. Someone in chat said that thing looked like something that you would find in something I cannot say in a supported tournament like this, but I'm not going to disagree. Anyway, Riflemen pushing on up toward the hedges, and yeah, they have enough men that they can easily overwhelm these Grenadiers. It's 4v2 right now, and even though the Grenadiers are fighting some weaker infantry, grenades and stuff will push them out, and we could get a wipe right here from a couple different men. Unfortunately, doesn't throw a grenade on the retreat path, but does focus fire, and the MG comes in to cover. Grenadiers are very low, and does the austere... Okay, they're getting the base operational right now, but it will take a few seconds before it is online. Something to take note of. But he will be able to heal his men, and we have 4 Grenadiers versing 3 Riflemen and a Lieutenant, plus an MG42 versing a 50 cal machine gun. Lieutenant doing its best, even with Echelon support though, it's having a rough time. We'll need to pull back, but I don't think those Grenadiers are going to manage to push themselves up for any longer. No, the utility car does not have a bazooka team. They removed that aspect, so in case anyone's wondering. MG being set up should stop the Rifleman from advancing. Right now, VP-wise, it's pretty close. Grey Echelon's opening fire on the Grenadier squad. 50 cal is moving up to intercept, with Rifleman moving along the side. One issue, though, I find for Findeed is the fact that he does not have an ambulance. So that means his Riflemen, as we currently see in the north, are going to be fighting at a lower capacity, or, sorry, a weaker capacity, because they have nearly half their health already gone. Riflemen got pushed back in the south. Germans have upped their men with MG42s. The question is Findeed doing so? We saw a grenade upgrade, but he's not getting the weapon rack as of yet, which is of great concern, because one thing the Riflemen need to worry about is those upgrades coming to the Grenadiers. That will make them at least comparable, if not slightly better, than a normal Rifleman. But if the Riflemen get double bars, it is GG for those Grenadiers. Riflemen should win those instances in a direct comparison. Now, of course, cover differences could change that, or flanking or something along those lines, but still, so I'll have to see how each is used. And, well, American forces have a bit of an increase if you give them bars, and that surely helps. Yeah, I also want to point out that we're 7 minutes into this game, and yet, as of yet, neither side is accurately given any new commander picks. Like, no one is being like, I want to go this or that. So I don't think we're seeing Armor Company, because otherwise we would have seen the Assault Engineers. I don't think we're seeing Urban Assault. I want to say we're probably not seeing Urban Assault, because otherwise, well, maybe. That's probably the weak. Maybe Airborne just to get the P-47 and drop in supplies. I could easily see that, given how he's gone with Lieutenant and still needs an AT gun for later on. Stuart's opening fire. Grenadiers having a rough time. They do have the base unlocked, and they do have a pack. But unfortunately, in a competitive game, I usually say you need an AT gun around the 10-minute mark. In a competitive game, you need a decent form of AT around the 7-minute mark, I would say. And the Stuart, well, it's a decent form of light AT against light vehicles, not, of course, anything heavier or against AT guns themselves, but still, it's a good counter, literally, because it shell shocks and can damage the engine. MG setting on up the American forces. One squad very low, but does manage to throw a grenade and get 2 model kills. But Stuart is doing work. MG very low. Retreating back to base. Looks like he will manage to do so. And he does manage to get back. Now, again, Quaritz has enough munitions to where he can use effectively a Panzerfaust or multiple Panzerfaust, but again, I don't think he wants to waste one squad. And in case you're wondering why he was trying to get closer, I think he was trying to get to cover so he could take more shots. But in the meantime, American forces have gone for the cutoff. Munitions and fuel for Quaritz has been cut off, so Findeed is, well, doing the deed and absolutely curb stomping Quaritz in this opening round. But that doesn't mean he's out of the woods yet. Pack gun is opening fire, pushing back the Stuart, but smoke has gone down to stop any sight. However, again, the pack gun can fire attack round through it, which he does, and just in case, try to get another connect shot on target. Meanwhile, Grenadiers are prepping to push. It looks like we have another upgrade with one of them, which is very good to see. And yep, here it comes. So 2 squads upgraded with MG42s. Pushing forward, again, Echelon blocking the cover. Enjoy that. Rifleman still very low on health, just navigating the battlefield. Needs something else to really come in and, well, heal those units. And luckily, he does have that exactly. Ambulance is now back at base, allowing him to heal and, of course, get his men up to a good capacity. Americans have 190 munitions, so they have plenty of munitions to start upgrading their men. And they definitely need to do that sooner rather than later to keep that advantage going. Though, good counterattack by Quaritz should hopefully help him get the VP, some crucial capture points that will allow him to keep those resources coming on in. And again, he's still getting, what, 26 fuel per turn, which is equal and on par with right now with Findeed. So even though Findeed pushed him back, Quaritz is coming back in a major way. And most of the American forces are being hit. They're still pretty low on health, which is not a great sign. I love this pack trying to get another shot on the Stewart, but luckily the Stewart did do, I believe, a vehicle crew repair via the, yep. So essentially it's this awesome little ability where they can use repair critical. Either that or they just healed it up to the point where it no longer is engine damaged. Either way, the vehicle crew repair did very, very well at making sure the Stewart got out of the line of sight of the pack before it could fire. Now, we have a sniper coming into our midst. Really austere sniper early on. To be fair, it's not like Quaritz is having a huge amount of fuel. So I could easily see him being like, okay, I need to win the infantry game. I can't worry right now about the armor game. Even though Findeed is, well, he's getting slowly closer and closer to that as well. Even with a Stewart on the field. But he sees, I have a little bit of time because of the Stewart to focus on infantry, get the sniper, pick off the rifleman, and hopefully turn the tide before things get too bad. Meanwhile, on the far left-hand side, Grenadiers are being driven back by the Stewart with 6 kills, mind you. Already better than any Stewart I've handled in the past, oh, I don't know, few weeks. Rifleman opening fire against the Grenadier. Another Grenadier squad coming on in. Popping a rifle grenade, possibly? Nope, doesn't want to do it. Sees the men retreating, stops. Riflemen, oh my god, they're so low. Grenadier should easily be able to push them back, and they are picking off men very quickly. Funny enough, he kills that man. He can stop. He does, and he immediately realizes that and pushes the men onto the point. Literally being like, I have 1 foot on the base. Alright, I'm good. Alright, run away. Grenadiers trying to get another pick. They might be able to. They do. Another model goes down. That's 3 models. Decent amount of manpower. Findeed will need to replenish. Grenadiers are trying to get to cover to hold the line, and honestly, they are vet too, so I think they will be able to, even against troops with bars. Wait, is it 1 bar or 2? Just 1. Stewart, though, coming on in, which will probably, well, unfortunately push the Grenadier back, but I think the Rifleman is still low enough. I don't think Findeed would want to keep him on the front for fear of him getting ambushed. Pioneers are over here. Sniper again in mid, trying to, I'm assuming he's trying to pick him off. Yep, he's already firing. MG, unfortunately not in a great position, but in a decent enough to where if he pushes this way, he'll be stopped. Luckily, just how pathfinding worked, he walked into the MG, got suppressed, and pushed back. Sniper trying to get another shot, misses, luckily moves over to the 50 cal, and again, judging by the arc, should be able to hit him just fine and wear him down to save those Grenadiers. Pack as well moving on over. Stewart did get some heals in. It looks like he got Fausted. Neither side, I believe, has lost any units as of yet. We do have another 50 cal on the field. But again, that's more just kind of a suppression and holding technique. MGs are great if you can hold back the enemy from getting resources or keep them away from certain positions. Again, just don't expect the 50 cal, unless you're talking about their armor-piercing round component, against like a 222, but don't expect the 50 cal essentially or any other MG to kill a unit very quickly. It's not designed for that. It's just designed to hold them back. Sure, if they're dumb enough to stay in that thing's arc for a long period of time, they're dead. But I just don't think, honestly, that a lot of these competitive players will do that. I love it. Alright, throw the grenade. Now get back in. That's a waste of 30 munitions for Findeed. Grenadier, veteran C3, mind you, is just holding the building. And again, 14 kills respectively. Doing a fantastic job at just holding the line. Most of the other Grenadiers are in the upper single digits in kills. The American forces are also in the single digits, unfortunately. Looks like they haven't gotten a huge kill count. Grenadiers flanking the 50 cal, forcing it back. Meanwhile, on the far right-hand side, Grenadiers taking back the fuel. So we are getting close to Quaritz getting a double fuel cap, which would be very, very good if he can try to push that forward. Because again, well, Findeed got the Stewart, that's delaying his armor. So because that delayed his armor, even though he got the major, he's still a few minutes away. I'd say probably 4 minutes at this current rate of fuel. 4 minutes away from getting any sort of decent armor. Great shot, by the way, with the sniper. Though, again, has to watch out with everything moving on in. Unfortunately, Quaritz is not under that constraint. He is now getting a Panzer IV, and unfortunately, Findy does not have a good amount of AT. Sniper getting a lot of hits against it from the bar, but luckily manages to move around the house, and pathfinding doesn't make sure it doesn't get killed. Pioneers moving on in against the 2 model riflemen, pushing it back. The Major's now coming on in. Pioneers might be able to hold against them, but not against the other American forces. Again, dropping smoke against the MG42 to stop suppression. Quaritz has gone German mechanized, which I always find funny. It has an LEFH in it, but still. It does have a bunch of cool abilities, none of which I honestly believe that Quaritz is going to deploy at this moment or anytime in the near future. The only thing I could see him doing is getting a spotting scope for his Panzer IV, which is good. It gives additional recon. Or maybe dropping smoke, but I feel like... Oh, never mind. His top priority was upgrading all of his grenadiers, and he did exactly that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Panzer IV to the mix. And yeah, he's pushing forward. And again, with the scope, the positive thing about that is it can see very, very far. Just to kind of show it for an example, we're going to turn off Fog of War. You can see with the spotting scope, you can see all the way over here. And the reason I bring that up is so imperative is right now the American doesn't have a Sherman. He just have AT guns. So if the Panzer IV could theoretically see where the AT guns are, he can hopefully get away or see them coming into perspective to pull back. Stuart being lit upon by the Panzer IV. Again, I am assuming Findeed is moving his troops in to try to AT grenade this. Meanwhile, Quaritz is a little cautious because he doesn't want to engage an M1. He doesn't want to get in there. Now, Findeed has decided to go urban assault. I am kind of confused by this decision. He did it as soon as the Panzer IV came out, which is why. And my only assumption would be where airborne would be good to immediately drop that M1 and equip it with your men. So that way you can have an AT gun immediately, even if you didn't go captain, which, again, he has not gone captain, so no AT gun is around the corner for him anytime soon. The reason why I think he went is to upgrade his Sherman, which is a good longer-term perspective, but right now, he needs capture points and he needs to push. And we'll see if he can do that. Now, luckily, VP point-wise, it is still very, very close. Either side has done a extremely good job at... both sides done a good job at capturing the VPs and making sure neither opponent keeps them under their constraints for too long. But I say again, right now, in case someone's like Rangers are fantastic, I agree, but they're not good against Panzer IVs unless you give them bazookas. And right now, Findy doesn't have enough munitions to give a Ranger squad 3 bazookas. 2 is fine, but 3 would be great. Alright, so I'm assuming Shermans could be a possibility very soon. And again, this upgrade would be great, the Sherman Assault Kit. Now, Stuart pops a little shell shock to get away from the Panzer IV. Pack Gun was also backing him up. I like this. I like the fact he has something backing up his armor. Very good to see. Unfortunately, German forces pushing against the American base are being suppressed. Not a great sign, but hey, they're still right up against the American base. And luckily, supplies are still coming through from this angle, meaning munitions, fuel. Findeed's still getting a decent amount. But so is Quaritz right now. It is so weird how he's getting like the outskirts of the base, but Findeed needs the middle portion of the base, more importantly, the VP, in order to keep this game going. Sniper, by the way, is at 12 kills. Grenadiers were wiped. Hold on. Where was the... Oh, they were wiped, I'm assuming, by the flank coming in and picking them off. Okay. Lieutenant, a lot of men with bars, again, so now the Americans have the infantry advantage. Grenade going off, forcing the Grenadiers back. Good rifle grenade, though. God damn, if you would have repositioned, he probably could have killed that unit, but he fell back. MG is being lit upon and forced back. Panzer IV could move in, but again, we have the... Wait, no, we don't have a Sherman coming on in. I thought we were having the Sherman, but no. Let me be very clear. It's a Jackson. I was going to say, he deploys a Calliope. It's like, no, he's deploying a Sherman. Not Sherman, a Jackson. He wants a major form of AT. Now, I guess now he thinks, okay, I killed one of the Grenadiers. I have the infantry advantage. Right now, I just need a Jackson to really hammer home this Panzer IV and make sure he doesn't become a threat to my troops. We'll see if that's going to be effective. Again, the one thing I'll say about that Findy doesn't have is, well, sniper support. Both sides have double MGs. Unfortunately, the American force has this unfortunate blob of men, which this Grenadier squad will probably perish from. Holy God. Oh, he's going to lose this, isn't he? Oh my God, Tibet 3, it's so low, and he gets picked off. Tellermine gets destroyed by the Stuart. Good shot. Quarit's losing quite a bit of munitions and men. Panzer IV, though, coming in to support the other Panzer IV, making 2 of them on the field. And again, that's a lot of armor. If this can push up before the Jackson comes in the next 10 seconds, he might be able to get some good hits in. Again, just start killing all this stuff. Stuart under fire. I guess he's trying to lure him in for the Jackson. Stuart is getting some penetrations in. Not impossible, but definitely a very, very low chance of penetrating the Panzer IV. Sniper just waiting outside the base. He doesn't have enough munitions to do the incendiary round, though. He is just going to pop shots at the lieutenant. I love it. Lieutenant's like, God damn it, and I have to run back to base and heal. I want to be at 100%. Jackson is on the field. However, again, I will say it, Quaritz has a pack. So he has a way to effectively deal with the Jackson. And, as you can see, with the spotting scope, he can see the Jackson very easily. Again, some great shots on target with the pack. Half health, meaning the Panzer IV can just keep doing work. Smoke is dropped, and we have a small push on right. But again, we have another Panzer IV. Stuart probably not expecting that, realizing this. He's going to focus on the Panzer IV, maybe get a pen or two. But the Panzer IV is just going to ignore him and open fire upon the riflemen, forcing them back and keeping the fuel under his control. Keep in mind, double fuel. He has double fuel right now under his control. I think if Quaritz is going to get another armor unit, I would assume the command tank would be his best option, just because that could really help him keep his units alive if the riflemen engage. That little damage reduction, I know it's not a huge amount, but even like 10-20%, like around that area, is another round, roughly. Jackson being lit upon by the Panzer IV. Again, going to do more against the Panzer IV, but still, the fact he penetrated is a good sign, because he can just keep doing a little bit of damage here and there, and then the pack gun and the Panzer IV can come in and maybe finish it off if he thinks he's like, oh, I got the Panzer IV on the back foot. I can easily defeat him. And there it is. There is the command tank coming in to make sure his units can take that extra hit and can get out of there in one piece. Another Grenadier squad coming on in. Not enough, though, for an upgrade. Nice shot with the pack opening fire on the Stuart, who's diving. Unfortunately, he, I guess, thinks that there's nothing there. Panzer IV about to ruin his day. I love it. This unit penned and neutralized the Stuarts. Again, I don't know what that dive was. I think that Finty must have thought that Panzer IV was out of commission or somewhere else. Panzer IV now pushing on the base while the Jackson is on the far right. Again, getting a shot off, getting some manpower removed from Findeed. Not enough for an AT grenade or anything like that. Jackson will drive home the Panzer IV, but still, it's kind of more just like it's not really like gonna do a ton of damage, but it's just kind of messing with Findeed's morale. If the Panzer IV just simply walked into the base, what's stopping them from doing it in the future? Unfortunately, what might stop it is pathfinding. This Panzer IV is in a terrible position. Not enough to drop smoke or to use a blitz. There is a Tellermine here, but it doesn't matter. Jackson just gets from afar and does not need to chase. And while I like the push here, the stopping at this bush was a terrible mistake because he had no support nearby. Command tank, though, moving on in. There's a bunch of forces right here that are about to be smashed by armor if he's not careful. The same can be said for this pack by infantry if he's not careful. Now on the retreat, they're opening fire. Sniper as well, trying to pick off a unit. Very low, 50% chance for the sniper to actually connect. They're trying to kill the rifleman. Smoke will come on in make it a little bit harder to hit. And now Jackson's moving in to assist. Unfortunately, 1AT grenade, bazooka team isn't going to be all that effective. And the smoke here might make it a little harder to hit, but luckily Jackson still gets one kinetic shot through the smoke. Pack gun, though, is lined up, so if he pushes, he's out of it. And luckily that is not the case. Panzer IV opening fire on the lieutenant. Getting some great shots across the board. VP-wise, it's still neck and neck. 25 minutes in, and we're only about 30 points difference? 140 points, something like that. Still, VPs are going back to Quaritch, which is going to keep the pressure on Findeed. Both sides have taken some losses, some extreme losses, with a Panzer IV going down and some riflemen and grenadiers as well going down. Stuart also being lost for the Americans. Rangers have been deployed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the call out, chat. But yeah, again, these babies are very good close range. The question is with them is, can they do the work? And I say that just because of the fact that, well, they're walking straight into a Panzer IV and a command tank, which has a really good effectiveness against infantry. So let's see if the Rangers can keep that protection up for the Jackson, and hopefully allow the Jackson to, well, shred some armor. I will say Quaritch also needs to keep up his munition count if he wants to drop that emergency smoke, or, you know, fire Panzerfaust or other things like that. Jackson opening fire, I assume. Misses the shot, unfortunately, but bazooka does not miss. A T-grenade could be a death sentence, so if this thing gets low enough on health, or hits the command tank in general, because it's already low. Unfortunately, grenade on the retreat. Gets a great hit on the models. Unfortunately, Grenadier will probably live still. Problem right now is this. The Teller Mine. If the Jackson connects with the Teller Mine and they detonate it, or they throw a grenade onto it, they could kill a lot of units. Throw the grenade. Throw the grenade. Throw the grenade. Come on, Rifleman. Oh, does he know? Does he see? Oh, wait, threw it? Oh, it wasn't enough. It wasn't far enough. If he detonated that grenade, that could have been... that mine, that could have been so good at killing the pack and also the command tank. But alas, no dice. Panzer IV pulls on back from the Jackson, which was kind of hiding behind this bush to keep it away from the pack. Pack, though, does get recruited. Again, American forces still holding pretty strong, though they did lose the rear echelon squad earlier. German forces, again, still have the 3. But again, very close to losing the pack. And the American forces went back to base. Meanwhile, Jackson diving, of all things, a little weird. Panzer IV, seeing this an opportunity at his disposal, is going to push on in. And yeah, he's absolutely pushing. Going around. Let's see, hold on. Misses the shot. Jackson's still backing on up. Can take a hit or two. Command tank decides to go all in. This could be very bad. Doesn't pen, unfortunately. Dropping smoke to escape. Misses again. Well, smoke allows a possible escape opportunity. Jackson is giving chase. Pack gun decrewed by the blob. And I will 100% say blob. Look at this monstrosity. Command tank missing again. Jackson does get penetrated by the command tank. He needs the Panzer IV. Unfortunately, not enough. And the Jackson does manage to kill the command tank with all the 4 infantry forces currently boggled up in mid. Luckily, the MG was enough to suppress them and force them back. But that was enough to give, well, Quaritch a clear opportunity for his Jackson to dive. Excellent work with this baby. It has gotten 2 vehicles so far. Definitely impacting the German army in terms of how much armor they can field. And that's going to help because the Grenadiers are already, even though they have, again, they have that upgrade. And they are getting Veterancy 1. Still, they are outmanned by frontline forces. We're talking 4 frontline forces, the 3, and sniper support. Luckily, the sniper is not, like, snoozing. It's, has 32 kills. 32 goddamn kills. So this thing has done an amazing job at holding back the American forces. And now it's fighting a major, which he's like, okay, I'm going to back on up on the retreat. Come on, pick off the major. He's trying to do it. Unable to fire in the nick of time. We have a well, Germans in the building, possibly going to be engaging some riflemen very, very soon. Luckily, heavy cover should be able to do some work, but still, Rangers are hiding on the far right side. Grenadiers see them, though, opening fire, trying to keep them back. We have a Sherman coming onto the field. Double Panzer IVs are now in play. Jackson getting repairs, but so is the Panzer IV. So it seems like both sides are just kind of keeping their armor out of it for the time being and having their infantry engage. Nice attempt at a grenade at the door to try to, well, blow it up and possibly kill the men inside as they try to escape. Luckily, Panzer IV gets a good shot on target, but I can say the same thing for the Jackson that gets a fantastic shot across the board. And just remember, the more veterancy this Jackson gets, the better and better it becomes. Alright? Like, seriously, it can do some serious work at Vet 3. So, these Panzer IVs need to kill it before it gets that almighty Vet 3-ness. Otherwise, they could be in for a serious world of hurt. Luckily, Grenadiers are still making good gains against the infantry, managing to take a position right outside the American base, and, more importantly, cutting off the munitions and the fuel, which was trying to be taken over by the Rangers, but luckily Panzer IV stops them in their tracks. Now, I'm assuming that Jackson's going to come over. Oh, Sherman's actually coming on over. He's getting the Dozer Blade, which will provide another extra bit of protection. Panzer IV lighting up the Sherman, trying its best. Pulling on back, though. Both sides bounce. He's like, I'll just kill the infantry in the meantime. Not a big deal. Jackson, on the other hand, being like, I'm sorry, you say what, mate? And yeah, he's going to push on in. We do have the pack. It's still in mid. I feel like it needs to be better supporting the armor and being closer to them. Yeah, looks like we have a push coming in. Lieutenant and Rifleman, and actually 2 squads Riflemen about to push on this right-hand side, which the MG is kind of prepped for, but the Lieutenant could drop smoke. He absolutely could drop smoke or do cover to cover. Munition ability from the MG being the armor-piercing rounds activated, which is currently helping to suppress all the American infantry. Smoke has been dropped. American forces and them should be unsuppressed in just a moment, but snipers, while they're kind of there, getting a couple good shots in. Panzer IV has been healed. God damn that fire rate. It seems like Findiad's coming along the right-hand side and ready to push there. We could see a really, really good push because, again, it seems like... Oh, never mind. He did move back over the pack. So Quartz is ready. It's like, It's like a certain... It's like another engagement where it's like, huh, that 4-hour artillery battery against my front line. I guess that means the Confederates are pushing against my the middle portion. Huh. It's like they revealed. All right, men, just light them up as they cross the open field. In this situation, it'll literally be the Americans crossing this open field with German MGs and, well, armor just tearing them apart. Luckily, it seems, though, that Findeed is better and repositioning his men to flank another angle. Pioneer Squad gets pushed back because it does not want anything to do with those Rangers, so I do find it hilarious they have no kills yet. Armor and stuff is moving over on the left. Pack gun is moving over, but we have a second pack gun. Quirtz, by the way, is at near population. Like, seriously, he is very, very close. Anyway, armor is prepped and ready to go along the left-hand side. Rangers pushing on in. Sniper... Wait, what the heck? Oh, never mind, he's retreating. I thought he was charging. Whoops. A sniper like, oh, I guess I should try to pick him off. And he misses. Again, 50-50 shot if that would actually connect. Grenadiers trying to hold mid. You got the American forces going to better cover, so they should be able to easily beat them. Something's going on right. I guess the 50 cows just in the building. And a unit retreated. Double Pioneer as well to heal those Panzer IVs quicker and kind of match the vehicle crews that the Americans have. Again, good job on Findeed. He needs those VPs very, very importantly because he's down almost 2-to-1 in total VPs. But I'll give it this. Both competitors are doing a fantastic job at holding, or like trying to keep this game going. It's a 34-minute game. I believe on average the game length was, God, was it like 21 minutes, I want to say was average length. So it's already like 50% longer. No idea what this rifleman's... Oh, I guess she's just pushing in, but the Panzer IV and Grenadier is just lighting him up. There goes the mine. Don't know if that was on purpose or not, but okay, the mine's gone. Jackson trying to light that Panzer IV up. Pack gun gets smoked. American forces try to push on in, but again, the MG still suppressing. Panzer IV hitting their side. Sherman took a number of good hits on them. Again, I feel like Vin D needs an M1. I feel like that's his biggest issue, is he himself needs an AT gun. Now, does that mean he should go steal a pack? I mean, that's for you guys to determine. But it's something he possibly needs. Are you serious? All right. Well, Vin D has deployed himself a Calliope, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. We have a Calliope making its way to the front line. I can honestly say I did not expect this in a 1v1 game, but sure. Vin D needs something, and Calliope could do just the thing against, well, the packs and the MGs and stuff like that. Now, the big thing is element of surprise. He needs to fire it, or if he wants to get maximum damage against an unsuspecting enemy. Hold on. Nope, he's just firing against the MG. Okay. I don't mind that. You can see here he killed it, so it's not like it wasn't doing work. And that's a Vet 2 MG just gone. But again, a bigger target is those packs. The packs are really holding him back. But I will say, killing the MG does open it up for the infantry to push in, but the infantry are all weak right now. Again, pack gun is opening fire against the Jackson. Panzer IV as well. Jackson's about to walk into a teller mine if he's not careful. Sniper getting another great shot, 42 kills. Oh, very close to the teller, guys. Very close. Panzer IV very low, just not moving. Jackson could finish him off. Decides not to, or... I guess he thought the pack guns would move in and kill him. To be fair, they were. Meanwhile, fuel's being captured by the Grenadiers with the 50 cal stopping him. Also 50 cal in this building. So the right-hand side's just a... it gotta be an annoyance. A major annoyance for Quaritz. Luckily, he has enough munitions to where he's in a good position now. Heck, I would even be like, hey, maybe even build a cache. That would... Oh, a 1v1 game when someone builds a cache. That's hilarious. Anyway, MG's about to die. If that sniper gets its way, there it goes. Vin D not paying attention to his MG, and the sniper finished it off. 44 kills, respectively. Very nice. Sherman moving on in. Again, needs to watch out for the teller. But, doesn't look like there's too much in its way. Most of the armor's in mid, and same thing with the packs. Which, again, good idea for the Calliope to hit. Because if he keeps them together... Hot damn, he could get some good hits in.
We fight bravely for the Reich. The enemy is down to 200 points.
Alright, yeah. It's still 2-1 overall in VPs. Again, Vin D is on the back foot, but Quaritz still does not have... Again, even though I could say Vin D doesn't have an AT gun, Quaritz doesn't have a Calliope. Now, he could absolutely deploy himself another Panzer IV, or... get a Panther if he really wants to. If he loses another major squad, he could get that and try to do something. But Major doing recon. We have a big push coming on in. Calliope has to be firing soon, I would imagine. Maybe again. Oh my god, this against this unit would be amazing. He's moving up. Pretty close in my eyes. Hitting the pack would be great. Or maybe this area. Oh, he hits this. Alright, he's trying to get a little bit of everything. He hits the armor, he hits the pioneers. Pack gun, though, in range, opening fire, misses. Does get decrewed, so that's a big kill right there against the pack. Unfortunately, the American forces weren't able to really pen. Major needs to retreat, gets killed, loses a number of very good men, including the Ranger squad in that push. Again, might have decrewed a pack, but goddamn, I was expecting a bit better showing. I honestly was expecting like a more kills, but they just died. Panzer IV and stuff getting some excellent shots, 22 kills respectively, 45. The other one has 8. Again, trying to kill the pack. I mean, that's a decent idea. Maybe fired a T-grenade. He is, but again, not a lot of munitions. Does hit it, but he needs something. Jackson trying to move on in the meantime. Again, we still have the decrewed pack. We have a pack right here. If the Jackson connect one good... Well, no, it's going to take... Well, maybe. Maybe with this and him being Vet 3 would be enough, right? So, maybe that would be enough. Again, he would have to go along the right flank. But again, you have all these teller mines. I keep seeing those tellers, and I keep having heart attacks. So I'm like, Findy's going to lose armor to that eventually. He has to. We're now 40 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. 40 minutes in. And neither side has decided to bow out. No, contraire. They are holding firm, doing their best. Alright, so anyway, Findeed still has a Calliope. He still has the Sherman with the Bulldozer. And he still has a Vet 3 Jackson. He can still pull a win. The German armor is down. And he just needs one good hit. One major push to turn the tide. And with all the forces currently gearing on up and prepping for another push in mid, a push along the left-hand side could be what he asked for. Now, VP-wise, Findy doesn't have a lot of time. He needs to do something sooner rather than later. Now, Quaritz has decided to give himself a command tank, most likely to try to keep his units alive again. And to be fair, even though it couldn't stand up to a Jackson, it still did good work. Like, it still got a kill on the Stewart and still did a good amount traversing infantry. So, again, hopefully this Panzer Force right here is enough to hold back Findeed. Or Findeed has enough time to push on up and maybe take out some Grenadiers. Because if he takes out some of these Grenadiers with, again, like high kill counts or Veteran C3 respectively, or even the Sniper with 48 kills, that would be a huge win. VPs are being taken. Nice minefield, by the way. Gets a number of Riflemen. Grenadiers are moving on in because, yeah, he knows he's there and can maybe pick him off on the retreat. Calliope opening fire, trying to kill the pack. Pack needs to reposition itself. Not able to kill it, but the Sniper could be in harm's way. Does get hit. No kills, though. Pack gun is also very, very low. Nice grenade. Could kill this MG. Does manage to. That's a nice little win. Fortunately, like I said, that Rifleman squad along the right-hand side got executed. So Grenadiers are doing pretty well, grabbing the VP back. We got another Sherman, so this could be a big Sherman rush. Explosive round is the ammo type that is currently in the chamber. He needs to switch on over. He does. Jackson needs to make his way over there, having some tough time with pathfinding. Both are trying to pen through the bush. Unfortunately, the Panzer IV is having better luck. Although, maybe we should speak to the Jackson about penetration. But it was a trap. Pack gun is lined up and ready to go. Jackson is diving. Does pen. Hold on. We need one last shot. Does penetrate. Nice little win. Teller is right there, but luckily Jackson manages to not hit it. Although, one last shot from the pack neutralizes the all-star Jackson. And it's not like Quaritz can't get himself a new Panzer IV, but losing a Veteran C2 one is still a big deal. Ambulance, though, is hit by the command tank. Calliope is now open as well. Findeed needs some luck on his side in order to really turn this tide. Calliope's like, I'm sorry, did you just shoot me? You what, mate? Panzer IV is charging. Unfortunately, did not expect to meet another Sherman. With the pack gun looking at the Calliope, he's not paying attention. Not paying attention, loses the Calliope in a really dumb manner. Tellermine, I believe it might... Oh my god. Yep, pack guns are finishing off all the armor. And Findeed goes up in flames. Oh my god. His chance of victory literally just blew up in his face. All of his armor dead in the span of seconds. Literal seconds, and his Calliope and two Shermans just bite it along with his ambulance. All of his armor's dead. No chance of coming back. What a game. Quaritz and Findeed, excellent game all across the board. Let's double check this after action report, shall we, and see who managed to managed to get on top. So right now, we are currently looking at Findeed with 41,000 damage, but Quaritz got more damage. I'm assuming that's go with packs. 221 kills. Goddamn. Just, yeah. 15,000 with those packs. 52 shots with those snipers. excellent work. But I will say, he at the end, he did get a kill with one of the Grenadier squad, so at least he got that. Fortunately, he can never kill the packs. They always got recruited, but still. And again, Quaritz had a ton of resources to resupply and get more men. So it's not like if he took a loss, he couldn't get stuff back. Whereas the Americans just didn't have the reserves. Meanwhile, what did the Americans get? They had Jackson, nearly 15,000 damage, but the packs got more damage. But again, it was just one Jackson, I believe, that did all that. So really good job by him. Again, Rifleman did okay, but the Grenadiers definitely, pound for pound, did a lot better. And I think that's because the Americans were more on the offensive, whereas the Grenadiers were more defensive, and were also able to pick off units such as the Rifleman up north easier than the other. But hey, that's game, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed game 1. Let's get to game 2. Hello, everyone. This is Greyshot117, and I'm bringing you game 2 of today's series of games with Quaritz leading the game 1 with a impressive Oss-tier attack. And meanwhile, Findi did a really solid defense as the USF, but unfortunately got all of his armor taken out in a few seconds. So now Findi is up and ready to go, and hopefully managing to beat back, in this case, the Brits. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a British versing Oss-tier game. Astounding. I don't think I've casted a British game as of yet in this in this tournament. So good to see them back in some capacity. Anyway, Quaritz is bringing out a infantry section first approach, which makes perfect sense. Again, grab a bunch of territory while keeping them at top shape and building cover wherever you go. Findi is heading right with a standard Grenadier Pioneer MG approach. Really not much to say. They're kind of just separating. Oh, really? You're blocking the door with sandbags? Oh, Quaritz, you cheeky, cheeky devil, you. Alright. But again, for those who are currently tuning on in, if you want to support the channel, you can absolutely do so by checking the links down below. And if you want to support the Master League, go check that out on Patreon, or any of the other content creators who are actively streaming Master League games or putting them up on their respective YouTube channels, such as AE is going to put up on his. I believe Tightrope will put on his. Helping Hans for sure on his. So again, support the channels, support the league, and really you're supporting the community in whole. So thank you very much. We have additional Grenadiers coming on in. So we got 2 Grenadiers. We have a Universal Carrier. Oh my god. In a 1v1 game, we're seeing a Universal Carrier. I never thought I'd see the day. Now, I make the jokes just because, for whatever reason, the British have just not come to the plate at all with these recent tournaments, and I'm not entirely sure why. British being pushed back. Again, MG most likely doing that and doesn't want to be suppressed. Meanwhile, Grenadiers are just taking territory right next to the British base. We can see here he's upgrading. So he's trying to get an additional base up for maybe the assault officer, the 6-pounder, all sorts of good things. Anyway, Universal Carrier as well can be upgraded when it hits that mark. Universal Carrier opening fire, do quite a bit. MG and Pioneer Squad moving right. Pioneers have yet to really capture as much as Findi, so that's a problem. Findi having 3 frontline troops, definitely outpacing him with units on the field. The question is it going to be enough? Because right now, yeah, the Grenadiers are hiding behind cover, and sure, they have the Faust ability, but the problem with them, more importantly, is they have to close the gap in order to use the Faust ability to kill the Universal Carrier. Without that, you're probably not going to be able to do all that much, I would say. Like, again, bullets are fine, but they're not going to terribly weaken it down. Your best shot next would be the MG, and, well, we'll see. Now, again, nice attempt through the bush. Try to get closer. But it looks like he's aware of that. And, well, I just saw him and just was like, okay, just going to back on up. Cover is being made. He's still going to pop some shots. MGS reposition. 4 Grenadiers are now on the field. And, again, Quaritz does not nearly have as many men. So they can just spread out like wildfire and just go where needed. Now, again, Quaritz does have a very strong unit which can do a lot of damage against the enemy and can also suppress. Although, now 20 munitions? Really? Okay. Still, it can do a lot and help the British infantry section win engagements it normally couldn't, like this one. Most likely, he will yep, he's pulling him out of cover. Still gonna win. Oh, he's trying to pick him off. MG might be able to. Be a big loss. Unfortunately, does not manage to get the kill. Infantry section flanking the MG as well, forcing it back. So great shot there. Good use and good counter, all things considered. So that is a nice win for the Brits. Clearing the way for mid. Still, Grenadiers holding firm against the VPs, though Indeed, again, on the back foot, needs to get more VPs in order to turn that tide, but luckily has managed to do exactly that with the far left-hand side. You can see here the Grenadier squad taken over the left-hand side, so if the left and the right can be taken, then yeah, he's in a good position. He can definitely hold out. Anyway, MG setting up with Grenadiers and Pioneers with Flamethrowers moving on in. Again, more damage, but doesn't get the Minesweeper ability. And as a British player, Quaritz can put down mines, so something to take note of. However, it should also be noted that typically, I'm assuming a British player would get a weapon rack rather than place mines, if possible, to upgrade their infantry section to the best they can possibly be. Quaritz has 460... Oh, there we go. Armored car on the field. But I don't know if Indeed's going to go for a 2-2-2. He's yet to really get that, so I don't know if that's the best option, though. Luckily, Rifle Grenade gets a great shot on the infantry section. Might be able to pick him off here. Would be a big win for Indeed, and he does. Alright, Quaritz has to use more of his manpower to get, well, reserves up and hopefully covered. But still, that's a big blow in my opinion. God damn. And yeah, not a good sign, all things considered. And again, that'll allow Indeed to push on up, grab a ton of territory. Oh, sorry, the map I forgot to mention is Falmonville Approach. Should have mentioned, I mentioned that before, but I didn't mention it this game. We finally have a Vickers coming in. Okay, that would surely help hold territory. So instead of the infantry section, armored cars about to deploy. So if Indeed does get himself an armored vehicle of a lighter variety, such as a scout car, half track, something like that, then yeah, he's gonna definitely be on the back foot. But overall, infantry wise, I mean, all he needs to do is get a pack and I think he would be fine. British forces are pushing right, really trying to hammer against the Germans. Unfortunately, this MG does not have enough for armor piercing rounds. Wait a second, he might be able, oh, it's getting up there. Jesus Christ, he's almost there. If he can just keep the armor just a little more damage. A little more damage. Come on, baby. Come on, a little more. Oh no, there goes the Grenadier squad. Don't know why you pushed that, but dear Lord. Come on, a little more damage. So close to getting that veterancy. Now he's pulling, oh my god, is Findy gonna lose 2 Grenadiers in the span of a second, or a few seconds? Okay, thank God. He doesn't lose it. But still, that's a big win. That helps Quaritz get, like, turn the table. Also, with this point decapped, again, not getting those resources in. And again, he has double fuel right now. So, the fact he's only getting 1, it doesn't help. The fact if he get that back up, then yeah, he'll be fine. But still, pack gun is being developed, so hopefully have that up. Additional infantry section being made. And I think he upped them. He did the 5-man squad. So again, 5-man squads, incredibly brutal at holding back Grenadiers, which means he's probably going to have to go with something to increase a Grenadier's overall effectiveness. And as far as I recall, G43s are not as good as the MG42 on a Grenadier squad. Oh, there's a mine, like I mentioned. So yeah, he probably won't go with that. Let's see. I don't think he'll go German mechanized doctrine. Jaeger armor, maybe? Because I could see that being effective, because, well, no, he doesn't have the munitions. He needs a good infantry support. Okay, maybe lightning war for the relief infantry. Maybe. But he's not likely to lose a ton of men. But I guess versing the Brits, you never know. Again, not like a... what I'm trying to say is there's no surefire win here against the Brits. Not like a German infantry doctrine or a few others where they have like a really, really good benefit. Or it's not like he went Panzer Grenadiers where he could get the G43s. And yes, Panzer Grenadiers with G43s could be super powerful. But anyway, removes the cover. Would get another shot with the pack, but just gets out of range. Alright, we have another counterattack, and again, VP point-wise, it's still very close, within 25 points. Grenadiers being suppressed by what? Oh, Vickers. Oh, okay. In cover, infantry section also putting shots on target. We'll probably need to retreat. Though, nice job with the Pioneer Squad burning the MG, though I'm assuming he'll just bring the your Universal Carrier and try to stop them. Pack gun maybe could use coming on up or repositioning. MGs, and he could use going on the point. Again, I want to be very clear, not as good as any of these players, respectively, in terms of, like, moment-to-moment action. Just pointing out small things they could do to really help themselves out that really wouldn't make much of a difference.
We have a fresh grenadier squad. The enemy is
Infantry section now going in for the flank, but luckily Grenadiers are right there. Now he has 4 squads. Some of them have been upped with additional firepower. We have a sniper going on the field, so Quarit's going with that sniper gameplay as before. Engineer squad running for, oh, Pioneer squad running for its life. He will get picked off here. Unless the MG or something can come in and suppress or kill it. Oh my god, how's he not dead? That's a very lucky Pioneer squad. Very lucky indeed. Maybe, again, I think the MG maybe, or maybe the Grenadiers, because they're so close, just block shot. I have no idea. Universal Carrier was neutralized by the pack, so, oh wait, no. Something else killed, oh, Panzerfaust? Nice, good Panzerfaust by Grenadier squad coming from the bush. Got him on the retreat. Excellent work there. So nice little light vehicle dead. It's a small victory. Small victory. British do have 3 good frontline forces, as you can see here. Grenadiers are trying to hold the line. Again, they need those VPs in order to stop the hemorrhaging. They're down roughly 60 VPs, so they need something to keep them in the game. Again, right now, if I was the... Let's see, if I was the British, what would I do? Maybe, and I'm trying to think right now. Great shot with the sniper, pushing back the Grenadier squad. Sorry, I'm thinking out. You know what? Why not? Go Royal Engineer Regiment. Why not? Because again, that way you get the anti-flame barrage and you get the AVRE. And in this situation where, again, Vindid is kind of grouping up, that might be your best option for the Brits. For the Germans, well, just keep using that pack. Armored car getting hit. Great shot. Oh, Faust! Oh my god. Pack, move up. Okay, if he gets one more shot, he's a goner. He's a goner. One last shot. Pack's moving on up. They have no cover. Sniper can't cover that. Might be able to connect the shots. Come on, baby. It's going to be a direct shot because of the smoke. Or ground fire. Wait, maybe not. Armored car retreating. Quaritz misses the shot. Needs one more. Going to get out of range. Oh, he stopped a little bit. Gets the hit with another Faust. And, yeah, there goes Quaritz hopes and dreams of winning this game with light armor. Vindid showing he's not some gamer that you can easily take on and, well, just be pushed aside. No, no, no. Contraire, good sir. He is getting himself quite a few kills across the board and managing to, well, hopefully knock Quaritz off his feet. Now, the big issue is Quaritz is, well, VPs. A, it's still affecting him, and B, he still has a ton of men. But still, any victory, no matter how small, can still lead to a good counter. And I say that because Vindid did not waste all that fuel, and he's at battle phase 2. So technically speaking, Quaritz has yet to get company command posts. So out of the two, even though Quaritz is getting more fuel, more likely Vindid's going to get that armor out first. And it's not like British infantry have AT grenades or anything like that. So the Panzer IV could be very effective at neutralizing a lot of their stuff. So again, that's the hope, that's the dream. But right now the infantry thing is unfortunately what Vindid has to worry about, and the British infantry section are cutting off all of his resources. So he needs a really good counter. We do have a counter sniper that's just chilling. I don't know if the sniper saw it, but British sniper definitely needs some heals. Fortunately, only the infantry section can right now provide that, and they're kind of busy on the front. It's funny. Hey, Charlie, do you want to get healed? Yes, sir. All right, I need you to go by the front line where all the Germans are shooting. There's a guy there with a med kit. He'll heal you. Well, aren't I back at a base? Don't we have any medics back here? Nah, silly. All of our medical supplies are being shot at by the Germans right now. It's a perfect strategy. Grenadiers lighting up their infantry section, forcing them back. Again, infantry section just trying to hold this point. Grenadiers moving on in. Luckily, with the MG42 that was taken. Again, I missed that point, but still good snatch and grab. Germans gonna have a rough time advancing. Luckily on the right, they seem to be making some headway, though they still have to worry about Vickers. Sniper moving on up. Oh, it might have been revealed. Again, British sniper falling back. Again, you have to be very wary with snipers because, again, if you advance it too far and the enemy just walks up, they can detect it. So again, have to be very careful with how you maneuver this baby. Now then, we have the sniper getting some heals because of the infantry. Now, I will say infantry section have been upped with Brens, which is a horrifying prospect. Again, vet up to vet 2 or vet 3 infantry section with double Brens. God damn. I mean, luckily this only has one, but still. Up. Sniper is pushing left. Oh, no. Wrong way, man. Wrong way. Get out of there. There's a lot of stuff coming your way. There's no sniper. Sniper is moving on the outskirts. Again, I don't know if he knows it's there. At the very least, indeed, even if he knew there was a counter sniper, the problem right now is the fact, like, where is it? Sniper's just chilling in the back, so far away. Rail Engineer is very close to detecting the Minesweeper just by walking near it. There's no cover around, so yeah, this thing is screwed. He's revealed. He's gonna be revealed. How is he not revealed? Oh my god. Oh, this sniper. He's still in cover. He is so lucky. Literally explosion in front of him. Great rifle grenade. Forcing back the British infantry section. Alright. 2 VPs go to Findeed, allowing him a moment to breathe. Where the hell is that British sniper? It's just chilled. I have to imagine he knows. Alright, Panzer IV is on the field. Luckily, you know, that hay field stops in its tracks. Are we gonna get a chain? Does not get a chain. Pulling on back. God damn, this sniper's being so patient. Grenadiers need to reposition. Infantry section's gonna follow. Sniper trying to figure out what to do. The British sniper's up north. Still in cover. Damn, I'm glued to the TV screen with this sniper. What's it gonna do? Is it gonna finally get that snipe? Panzer IV getting a lot of shots on from that 6-pounder. Again, good use by getting it. Missed the shot. Pioneers can still heal it. Sniper still on standby. Enemy sniper up north. He's trying to pull on back again. I have to imagine he's being this cautious because he knows. He has to know. But still, the fact this sniper has been chilled in mid for this long, it's literally got shots ping around it, is astounding to me. Cromwell is now on the field, and that's going to be a big issue for, well, Findeed, as this thing has the speed to break through his lines and do some serious damage. Luckily, again, he still has a good amount of infantry that can snare it, and a pack gun. I don't think he has tellers like the other side, but still. Sniper on the far left. Oh my god, this sniper's just chilling. I mean, it is probably recon. Like, you have to give credit. It is giving sight. So it's doing something more than just sitting there and looking cool. Alright, Panzer IV is getting healed up. Oh my god. Yeah, infantry is now moving in. Again, just one squad needs a bit more, but luckily they're almost ready to go. Grenadiers are taking the left. Again, technically, there's more frontline infantry on the German side, but like I think the British overall pound for pound are better. Well, at the very least, the Cromwell's getting hit. My god. Sniper has finally been revealed. Hot damn. I don't know what happened. I think that might have been unfortunate where he thought he was in cover and he wasn't. Because there wasn't anything near him. British Sniper is on the far left. Cromwell's backing on up with the Panzer IV hot on its tail. Panzer IV going after said Sniper. Also gets Greyshot on the infantry. Falling back. Sniper's now free to fight in mid. Like, at this rate, Findy, just use your Sniper. Although I have enjoyed the adventures of it hiding. That's been great. Panzer IV having a rough time with some pathfinding issues. Grenadiers taking a number of shots from the Cromwell. Panzer IV misses on the Cromwell. Cromwell does pen. Panzer IV is back. Grenadiers, can you go around? Like, seriously. Panzer IV is just trying to back on up and get out of there. Sniper did get healed, heading back to up to the front. Again, you still have the British Sniper, 12 kills. German Sniper now is free to start getting kills. That's going to be possibly a big impact. If he can finally just... Because again, that's going to focus the British Sniper on trying to counter-snipe him. But we'll see. Cromwell opening fire on the Pioneer Squad, forcing them back, though I think they were good enough to clear up some of the British mines along the right. Panzer IV is almost healed, and again, Vindita is close enough to get himself something else. Either another Panzer IV or something. Anything. I wonder if this infantry section's like, okay, we know the snipers around here, just search. Give the sniper around the corner, be like, shh, don't see me, they don't see me, they don't see me, they don't see me. Oh, well, they see you now. They see you, buddy. Run. Oh, you're screwed. Oh, dude. Ring around the rosie's not a good idea with British infantry section with Brenz. Luckily, it was close enough to base that he's fine, but still. That could have been bad. Anyway, Panzer IV is moving on in against the infantry section, which has no AT gun support, or at least none in range. So Panzer IV is like, this is going to be fun. It's like shooting ducks in a barrel. Or fish, not ducks. Why would you put ducks in a barrel? That's very weird. Anyway, rifle grenade pushes back the infantry section. Grenadiers trying to keep them back, but again, good micro. Pioneer Squad could get in the building, cause some damage from the infantry. Lucky shot, as he's getting in, does cause some damage. Pioneer Squad decided to burn the Cromwell. While I do believe a flamethrower would be pretty effective, unfortunately in this case, not so much. Panzer IV misses against the Cromwell. Does, like, the Cromwell have, like a D20 dexterity or something? Like, you can dodge and evade? Like, what is going on here? Or not D20, a +5, I'm sorry. Jesus, I play D&D like every other week, and I'm terrible with it. Let's see. Infantry section being mowed down. Sorry, mowing down the Grenadiers. Panzer IV moving on up. You still have this 6-pounder right there. I love the shot through it. Finally connects. I guess it just needs to fire through the bush. Again, an issue for Findeed is right now VP-wise, he's down over 100 points. Luckily, it's a lot of firepower against the infantry section, forcing it back. Sniper, as long as it's within the group, should be fine. The British Sniper, well, 15 kills in Veteran C2, still nowhere close to fighting the German Sniper at this moment. It's in mid, but so is everything else. Findeed has actually decided to not... Wait, what? Findeed, where'd you go? Oh, you got a pack. Okay. I guess that makes sense, but I feel like you're losing the infantry game more so right now. Like, seriously, look at those bread. Look at that damage. Look at that damage, boys. Infantry section just showing why they're on top, and again, they're unsure why they've not been brought into battle for so long, but I digress. And again, good AT support with the Royal Engineers with Piats, just in case Panzer IV does die, they have enough AT. Alrighty. Panzer IV just trying to beat back the MG and does manage to. Cromwell's going in for the dive. There's Grenadiers right there. So, yeah. Unfortunately, no ambush going to be happening with those Grenadiers, but Panzer IV could go over and cause some havoc. Or, at the very least, Packen could do it. Fire with the pack, fire with the pack, fire with the pack. Oh, that's a lot of infantry. Sniper getting some good shots, though. Give him credit. Pushes back the infantry section. Panzer 4 moving on in. Rail engineers could do quite a bit with the Piats. Double shot. Both hit the rear armor. And AT grenade. That thing is half dead. Cromwell could go in for a dive. He sees the opportunity. Pack gun needs to reposition itself. One is on the far corner. The other one is close by. He could try to dive. Infantry section is pushing into mid with the Grenadiers kind of being tied down there. Other Grenadier squads hopping in a building. I guess they're taking a bathroom break. Again, Vindee needs to do something. He is currently down, and he needs to come back in a major way in order to keep himself in this fight. But right now, for both games, both games, each side, even though Vindee has been on the back foot a little bit, he's still managing to get quite a few good hits in. Unfortunately, now Quaritz is done with this and has decided, you know what, I'm getting myself something better. I'm getting myself a Comet. And yeah, that's horrifying. The fact that British are bringing in a Comet, because that's stronger than your Panzer IV right there. And you're going to need your double pack guns to really have a good chance of holding that back. One pack gun along the side is not going to do it. Infantry section just trying to pick off said pack gun. Grenadier squads are moving on up, but they seem to miss the point. Vindee might be saving up for a Tiger, but he still needs to upgrade to Battle Phase 3. So, yeah. Good rifle grenade, but job has been done. Pack guns decrewed. Sniper very low. Can he get the pick? He can't. Oh my god, that has to be heartbreaking. So close once again to killing a unit of Quaritz, but unable to do so. Oh, don't wait. No, don't pick it up. Don't. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. I don't. That had to be a misclick, right? That had to be a misclick. Oh, that's. Oh no. Oh, that wasn't. Oh, that's game. Oh man. Indeed, good game. Still, both games were over the normal time that you would have for a normal game. So my god, Quaritz though coming in on top as the Brits, just knocking out the Panzer IV. Oh, I'm so, the fact you had to do that's, I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Oh, good game though. Good game. Again, you had great Grenadiers, some good frontline infantry. Unfortunately, both sides got some great picks. Vindee, you did really well at holding back and knocking out Quaritz's early armor, but I feel like the British infantry section and that sniper were just a pain in your side. And your snipers started coming in a little bit later, but God, I was having a blast watching him just dodge fire over here for like good 5 minutes, just going back and forth waiting. That, again, probably intense for you, but hilarious just watching the bullets and explosions just bounce around him and not reveal him. Anyway, let's look at the after action report, shall we, and see how each side did. Alright. Vindee, less damage and kills. Quaritz on top, absolutely. The infantry section were on point. 41 kills for the Grenadiers, showing that they still had a good amount of damage. 50 kills for the infantry section, hot damn. Cromwell as well with 11. Sniper at 19. Again, some good kills for the MGs. Well, that didn't get decrewed. But overall, no, good game. Good game. I think Quaritz just had a solid defense. Sadness, of course, I lost my bet. Yeah, unfortunately. Here's the question. Who, actually, that's a good point. Who lost the bet? So for those who don't know, chat was betting on the outcome. And, wow, Vindee had 99% chance to win that game. Quaritz had 1. So whoever that person is, let's see. I think I could see it. Hawaii man, congratulations, you just got 10,000 points. Hawaii man is the true victor of today. But anyway, thanks again guys for watching this series. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, good job at Quaritz for carrying on. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot117. I'm doing another cast for the Master League. With us today is Bulat as the Soviet and Boro Badger as the OKW. This game had a little bit of a delay, as you can see right here, but luckily they got everything sorted out and we finally can actually catch this game and, well, see how these two players combat each other. Bullet is, again, the Soviet and looks like OKW. With that, again, it's a mix. OKW technically has less models, so okay, do you want to go more infantry but less powerful, which could be an issue with Sturms and Volks, but on the flip side, you can capture more territory. Or do you want to go something where it's heavier infantry, where you have penals, maybe a sniper, but then you lack maybe as many men on the field? And it looks like he's going with the latter, more than the former, by going conscripts heavy. Now, we do have Sturms that are, well, putting down some barbed wire here to make sure the enemy cannot use that cover, and it looks like the conscripts won't be able to get there in time to really stop him in his tracks. Volk Squad's doing the exact same thing, and again, he's going with your standard build, Volks and Sturm, because he went with Elite Armored. Yes, there's a 2-2-1, but I don't really see it as much in tournament play for it to be used, especially against Soviet, because of the AT grenades, and of course, AT gun, everything else that can put up so early, or in kind of deal with it. And its main gun is an MG, not an autocannon like the 222. What you're really going to see is a lot of Volks with this doctrine, and then they'll use the specials for vehicles later on, like the Panzer Commander with heat rounds. I don't think we'll see a Sturm, but that's where I see its potential in a 1v1 game, where the potential for these players, Bullet, or for Bullet against Borobadger, is the amount of infantry you can deploy, which, again, so far, 2 engineers is a little bit interesting. Engineers are not exactly the strongest, and, well, him being in cover, no way those engineers are really going to win that fight. But still, at least it's something to grab territory. And we can see, resource-wise, it's close, but the ally player, Bullet, actually has more resources coming on in, which will help, of course, get upgrades, get more bonuses, such as armor out sooner, or maybe specials like AT grenades or Molotovs being thrown. But yeah, quite a few different options. The engineers up north, unfortunately, tried to fight, and that went as well as you probably would expect with a unit in a decent cover. But it looks like he's pulling them back, which is interesting to me. Unless he sees the health, and he's like, alright, I don't want to waste manpower. They're very low on health. They could lose a model. So why not just head back to base and drop a medical drop from the units, that way he heals that unit, doesn't waste precious manpower, and as well heal his remaining troops that are most likely going to be sent back to base. Again, conscripts, engineers together, yeah, this Volk Squad doesn't stand a chance. Just too many men. And yeah, he's going to be pushed back, but he does push back one conscript squad. Meanwhile, a good attack here, because it's trying to go for a cutoff position, which will get the munitions if he could decap it, which he doesn't. Borobadger plays a solid defensive game and throws him back. And again, going for mid. Although both sides built their cover, while neither side is really engaging. By the way, we're going to see here Urban Defense, and it does have a KV2, but I want to note that this says it's something else. It's just because of the mod used for the tournament that allows for the game to run, hopefully without issue. That's a hope. But yeah, so that's why that's there. But it's up to date with the most current KO2 patch. It isn't the Commander patch in development, but it is the most current patch. Meanwhile, again, we have engineers and conscripts building cover, taking the right-hand side, while looks like Boro's forces are on the left. And he's doing a pretty good job, at least grabbing some territory and moving himself around. Resource-wise, again, he can build anything he wants. Most likely, if he's going to stay this close to the base, a medical facility would be probably what he picks, just so he can heal his men without needing to constantly waste munitions on the Stern Pioneer's medical drop, which again, we see he did that exactly that. So most likely, yep, medical facilities being made. Meanwhile, Flamethrower is very good at pushing the Volk squads out of cover, and again, throwing them back. Again, this high wall is very, very effective at causing damage. But Nice Incendiary should throw back those engineers, and the conscripts, knowing that, okay, it's Sturm and Volk, we're probably going to lose this fight, they're all retreating across the board. Really good use by Borobadger to combine his forces to throw back bullets, and then go, I'm assuming, for the cutoff here, which will remove a lot of resource from play. That's, again, the munitions and a capture point. That's pretty massive, all things considered, being taken away. Unfortunately, because of the bush here, he's not in the best of cover, so that's going to definitely throw him back, but he's going to get behind additional cover instead of just taking the point. He did his job, he decapped the point, and now he's just going to hold the Soviets back and contain them with a smaller force while he goes around and clears up a few things, and also builds some cover so the enemy can't use it. Again, really good strategy. He can throw some more incendiary, but he's not going to do that. He's just going to slowly retreat. And again, keep them focused on this blob. I consider 3 or more, so yes, this would also be considered a blob. Now, it's a smart blob because you can see here he's microing individual units, and in that case, retreating a unit. But I do like how he's luring the Soviets in. Again, small little moments, but it's really helping him out in some areas where it's keeping him focused. And then when the units are like, okay, we can't really keep chasing him, the smaller force now turns to a bigger force and hopefully neutralizes the force that goes in against him. By the way, enjoy the fact that both sides got minesweepers, because again, both sides are, well, prone to placing mines. And again, we've seen our first special unit deploy so far, being the shock troops. Again, shock troops are very good close range, and even on this map where you have some more wide open areas, their PPSHs are very, very good at neutralizing enemies, especially in close quarters, and also using smoke to get close to the enemy. Now we see here engineers trying to throw back the Volk squad, and they should be able to. It's just this Volk squad's too high health, and he will probably keep trying to engage. So yeah, right now, VP-wise, it's still pretty close. But with Boro Badger taking the right-hand side, I would have to assume that he's going to keep his lead. However, shock troops could say a thing or two. But the good news is, Boro has a counter. Boro Badger deployed a half-track, which is a great AA cannon used to, of course, shoot down planes, but also tear apart infantry. And he's using that to pretty much as a method to not only shred infantry, but keep them away for the Volk squad to capture territory. And if he sees something like this, he can just suppress it. Now, luckily, we see Bulak here. He's going to hide in a certain area where he can't give chase. Mine or something may have been placed there. I guess he might have seen it or detected it and just wanted to remove it. And now he's just waiting because he knew something was here. Again, but it's give and take. Units there, that's fine. But you have to deal with these conscript squads pushing across the right. And yeah, he's heading over there to counter. Also, we have an AT gun of sorts. I say of sorts because this is, I think it's still absolutely considered the worst AT gun in the game. And that is the M42, which has a 45mm shot, which again, against really anything, any light vehicle will do okay, but you go into more medium territory, unless you spam it out a lot, you're not really going to do that much. Does miss the half-track. Half-track's going to continue to suppress whoever it's in range, but the positioning of the bush will prevent the AT gun from connecting that shot. And he should be totally fine. Meanwhile, we have the engineer squad, and he's going to grab that territory. Not on cover. Half-track could absolutely put some damage on him, but luckily, good positioning by the AT gun should hopefully drive him back. That's if he can fire over the wall. He doesn't. He hits the wall. Again, that's the problem with some certain, targets is the fact if the target is hiding behind the wall, then yes, the thing firing the shot is going to most likely hit that cover. Again, one thing about Code 2 is, yes, you can actually put something in the way to take a shot. Now, unfortunately, as you can see here, not a ton of damage. Half-track can stay there for a little longer. But after 2 shots, that's where the point where you want to retreat. Grenade is thrown by shocks, but the Volk squads take it like a champ. And unfortunately, not a great sign. Now, if the mine would have hit that Volk squad, that would have been a good kill, but pathfinding will not allow that in this case. Meanwhile, again, so many units deployed on the field for Bullet that he's able to grab territory under Boro Badger's nose. He never got the engineer squad, so it's grabbing that while conscripts grab the right. We have the half-track moving on in, but the AT gun and conscripts are moving on in to try to drive him back. And being so low on health, Boro, once again, decides, I'm not going to win this fight, pull back so I don't have to waste manpower and just have to heal. And now with medics there, it doesn't take all that much. He also has gotten the upgrade for mechanized support, so that should allow him to get the Panzer headquarters and, of course, deploy that. AT gun's opening fire, but it needs additional men to cover, and I just don't see that in this case. Most of the men are, there's one conscript squad, and I think he's laying a tripwire. I think he's doing that. Yeah, he's laying a tripwire right on the cover. So, again, that's a problem with the support weapons. You need infantry to guard. Now, luckily, he brought up shock troops, so you have some good infantry that can definitely guard it. MG is moving on in, and again, that will also provide some help for the half-track and keep back the AT gun. But the AT gun doesn't matter. Still firing on the half-track, but taking some shots. Might lose a model. Definitely does, and is forced back. Shock troops also retreat because they don't have to deal with that half-track, which is now got up to veteran C1. Let's see. We have some conscripts with actually a good amount of kills, 7, 8 respectively, and actually are keeping pace with the Volk squads, except for the one with 12. But overall, they're still doing very well for themselves. Now, again, conscript holding the line. Nice tripwire is going to reveal the enemy in this position, but luckily the conscript's there, they can see it. The problem is, as well, the barbed wire preventing the conscript from using better cover. But luckily with the model lost, at least he's keeping it favorable. But as you can see right now, he needed to throw that Molotov a lot sooner in order to really do pressure or do some damage against the Volk squad and win that fight. Engineer squad's coming on in, might help keep the point under Soviet control. No, he's going to stay out of it, so they'll get the decap. But right now, with the capture by Bullet, again, things have changed. Boro is now down. And we'll see how long that goes for, however, because, again, a lot of infantry crossing a good chunk of the map, grabbing a good chunk of the territory, including, most importantly, the VPs. Now, if this Volk squad group, there we go, 2 models down. Good use of mines by Bullet, keeps the infantry back. A T-gun is up, so most likely a lot of Soviet players would deploy a T-70 in a 1v1 game, but I don't see that. Again, he is getting it, but I feel like he would have rushed it a lot quicker if he was thinking about the T-70. He might be going with just a standard T-34. Not a bad idea to get a T-70. It's just, when I think of a T-70, I think of it a lot sooner. 12 minutes is definitely a little bit of time for light armor. And if you don't believe me, well, he's had enough fuel for it, technically, to deploy it for the last, like, 2 minutes. So that's what I mean, like, it could be a little sooner. That's still, an expert T-70 could do a lot of damage and really throw the enemy off its balance by killing infantry and also chasing down the half-track. Again, good use of defense by the AT gun could easily stop it along with the Volk squad's Panzerfaust, but you still have that option. There's still that play that Boro Badger has at his disposal, which is really, really important to make sure you have those cards in hand in case you need to use them. Half-track going down, most likely fire a shot through it. Unfortunately, that might just destroy the cover, but hey, it could be something. Conscripts again trying to hold the point. Gonna need to use Molotovs if he wants to hold. By the way, I should check. He does have a medical site. Hold on. Is that a mine? Oh, another mine over here? God dang. Good use of mines, Bullet. That's like 2, maybe 3 mine. Oh, definitely 3. Maybe 4 mine hits this game so far. T-70's on the field, and this is where a good T-70 comes into play. Because right now, all that stuff I mentioned is on the other side of the map. So T-70 is able to really, really put pressure on this Volk squad, kill it, and get back off before they get close. Bullet using, again, his battlefield management skills very well by keeping forces to keep Boro Badger centralized, which allowed an easy pick. And again, it's just waiting for the opportunity. Now, the counterpoint, this is a very large force infantry that now will probably really punish this shock troop squad on the retreat, and that's a lot of manpower down the drain. He might be close to killing it if he wants to throw, like, well, incendiary or something along those lines, try to burn it on retreat. Looks like he's not going to do that. He's going to keep chasing and try to keep punishing. Molotovs have been thrown to try to stop him. Soviet force doesn't really have too much. Again, we're about to see a conscript die here. Good kill. Again, an eye for an eye, but unfortunately, Boro Badger is bringing out some heavy infantry with a MG-34. Pushing into the base, but the base MG will now open fire. And again, the AT gun can switch over to high explosive shot. He probably won't do that, but he could. T-70 looks like it took a shot from the Raketenwerfer, which is over here. Managed to help push back the infantry as well. And a good push by Boro as a good counter does kill one of Bullet's men. It's still very close. But I will say, infantry game, Boro Badger has the advantage with 3 Volk upgraded and an Obel-Sudan upgraded. I'm sorry to say, even if you got a new conscript squad, which you just got, you don't have the munitions to upgrade them, and shot for shot, the Volk squads are better than these 6-man conscripts, and the shock troops are outpaced, at least in medium to long range, by Obel-Sudan. And so long as Boro Badger can keep the distance, he should win this game in terms of the infantry battle. The armor battle still goes with the T-70, but both sides have AT, so they have effective counters to each other's armor. And it looks like Bullet is getting an additional AT gun to deal with the half-track. And again, that AT gun is also very good because it does have an anti-infantry capability to it, which makes it very good at taking out support weapons and such. Flamethrower is taking over the point, trying to grab munitions. Once again, Bullet grabbing a lot of territory. We're looking at 42 munitions, so if he can hold on to it, he can very quickly upgrade all of his men, as well as just use units sparingly, he needs to. Again, unfortunately, it looks like the fire burned one of the men on retreat. Half-track got pushed back by an AT gun. So again, have to give credit where credit's due to the M42. Bullet has used it quite well. It has not come close to really killing Burrow Badger's half-track, but Bullet has done it very well in a way to punish the enemy. Now again, we have a retreating Volk squad. T-70 is on the other side of the map, so nowhere close. Looks like he hit a mine or got Fausted, one or the other. I'm not sure which. I'm gonna make the assumption it was a mine. Unfortunately, T-70 might die here, and he will, as a connect shock from a Raketenwerfer neutralizes him and makes the game in Burrow Badger's favor. Though, Bullet still has territory and putting pressure back on Burrow Badger, so gotta give credit where credit's due. Also, Minesweeper's in play, which I think is helping to detect the booby trap, which is on the territory. Bodies just going on the ground, okay. Engineer squad needs to retreat. Half-track's coming on the shock troops, which is doing fine to hold the building. But again, they need something to hold that back. Luckily, AT gun is up to fire at range. Does connect, not too much damage, but still, it's something. Artillery's coming in on the MG from the other AT gun. Again, it is weird to see both AT guns on the field, but it makes sense, especially as Burrow Badger gets additional armor. If you know the enemy's probably going to get a medium tank before you and you have no effective rounds, getting two AT guns to make sure your infantry has AT grenades, pretty good way to at least make sure you're still in this fight. Now, let's see here. Yeah, Stern Pioneers as well. Just chilling right there. We got Volk squads grabbing territory. Nice booby trap on Bullet, by the way. He can also booby trap territory. But in case you're wondering how Burrow Badger did, I believe the Obersoldaten are the ones who did that, unless I'm mistaken. Somehow another unit did it, but as far as I recall, Obersoldaten is the way to go. Panzer IV is now on the field. He's going with Panzer Commander, which you may be thinking, well, Greyshot, isn't the Pintle machine gun better than that? And I would say, well, yes and no. If you're going to be constantly fighting mobile infantry, then I would say the Pintle machine gun is better for killing infantry. But if you're dealing with an enemy that has a lot of AT guns or MGs or something like that, and you want to quickly either remove them or make sure they have to change position, which would stop them from firing, then getting a cheap artillery is a great way to go, and that's what this allows. It allows for a coordinated barrage, which is very, very good for the cost. It's not super high power. It's not going to, like, neutralize an enemy KV-2 in a single shot, but it will cause some damage to armor and absolutely wreck an AT gun that's in the line of sight of the artillery barrage. So you have to be very careful. Also, again, more mines. I love it. Stern Pioneers are like, we keep clearing the mines, but they keep making more. It's like the Soviets are only putting their munitions in the mines, and he's not entirely wrong. Or it's not entirely wrong to have that sentiment. That being said, Panzer IV is trying to give chase against the shock troops, but knows, again, without minesweepers, he may not be in the best sight to go in there because he could get AT grenaded or he could get mined and unfortunately forced into a situation where an AT gun could kill him. Also, cover has been destroyed for the Soviets, but I think they're fine with the yellow cover and the fact that they can destroy the barbed wire, which is also a plus. Right now, Stern Pioneers are being hit from long range from conscripts, Vet 3, and shock troops, which are keeping them off the point. They're keeping their distance, however, and trying to focus on getting closer to the conscript squad. It doesn't look like that's going to be much of a fight. Conscripts will probably have to pull back. Meanwhile, again, quickly popping the minesweeper to see if there's anything there. AT guns are hitting the Panzer IV, and again, not a lot of damage based on the M42, but it does do a little bit, and again, he was able to get them back. T-34 is en route. Again, I'm glad Bullet was able to get that out. Hopefully he doesn't lose. He does lose a conscript squad, and that's going to be a huge negative for him in losing another frontline infantry force. Again, hopefully he can do the same to Burrow Badger in some way, but unfortunately I don't think Burrow Badger is going to lose that Obersoldaten squad. And I don't think he's going to lose much else, unless he gets lucky using that T-34 neutralizing a Volk squad or something. Burrow Badger's now, I'm assuming, going to play the territory game, and what he is getting the MG for is to help lock down certain points, like the victory point. If he has enough men where he can react fast enough, the MG suppressing is more than enough that he needs right now. Because again, if he has a fast reaction crew that can come in and help stop a unit slowly coming on in, or shock troops throwing smoke, he'll be fine. He can hold the victory points and win the game. And again, right now he's doing that, but the Soviets giving him a run for his money. Engineers are on the right, decapping the point once again, with double AT guns providing support. I think he's waiting for the half-track or Panzer IV to react. Unfortunately, I don't think he expected the T-34 to pop in with shock troops and conscripts pushing mid. There is an AT gun there. He could always pop smoke, but Bullet doesn't have a ton of munitions in the first place, so using that will definitely be annoying for him, because again, that means less AT grenades or something along those lines. AT gun looks like it was under fire from something. I'm unsure what, but half-track is now seeing an opportunity to advance because, well, the AT guns are gone. They're like, oh, okay, that's great. Anyway, Panzer IV also being like, wait a second, the AT guns are on the other side of the map. T-34, usually I can fight, so why not fight? And yeah, he's moving on in. Again, we'll need minesweepers if he wants to push in further, because Bullet has been placing a ton of mines. Luckily, it looks like Stern Pioneers are helping clear the ones on the left, which is very, very good. And unfortunately, with the right being taken as well, Bora Badger has secured his place with more victory points, more munitions right now, with double munitions coming in, and possibly more fuel if he can take additional territory very easily within his border. And yeah, Volk Squad's moving on in, which, by the way, Volk Squad 20 kills. Katusha also being picked, but again, it's a mixed bag. Sure, that's very good against infantry, but you're going to get like one barrage in a competitive play, because most likely the enemy will react fast enough to where that single, or maybe even the second barrage attempt from Katusha, I believe Katusha has roughly 4. That's it. That's all you got. So you got to make sure that you react fast enough and hit the enemy hard enough in order to kill that unit and GG whatever you're trying to do. So engineers coming on in with, again, conscripts up to 7-man squad, so he is upping them, but being the only vetted conscript, I am a little bit worried. Volk Squad pushing back the shock troops, and again, engineer grabbing that with the Stern Pioneer under fire. I don't think he's paying attention. I would retreat that unit if I was him, or at least turn off the minesweeper so he has a little bit better combat effectiveness. MG is over there trying to suppress, but again, T-34 could walk on up and unfortunately destroy this MG-34. Luckily, Bullet is, even though down in terms of right now holding VPs, he's still doing okay by total. So he has a little bit of time to waste to get that territory back and maybe make a play here. T-34 definitely pushes down the MG. AT guns are backing it up. A little pathfinding issue right there. They're going to intercept. Reckenwerfer is the only infantry I can see on the field, but guess what? That's not good against AT guns unless they're decrewed. Then it's great. But in the meantime, we got ourselves here. The Panzer IV more reacting and getting into territory that he has a lot of infantry covering, and also maybe trying to push, but again, with double engineers here, that T-34 should be fine. Great shot, but unfortunately, it does bounce off the Panzer IV. That didn't bounce. Great shot with the M42. He's getting another pen. Katusha's opening fire. Good use. Bora Badger keeps, again, keeping his units pretty contained, and a great spread of shots from that Katusha does decrew the Reckenwerfer, which opens up the door. Now, it looks like he'll try to either A, kill the Reckenwerfer, and that did not work. But the Volk Squad's now out of action, so at least one Volk Squad here, and the T-34 and double engineers should easily be able to push that unit back, and maybe even grab mid. But again, it's going to be an interesting case because we have 3 Volk and 2 Obosudan upgraded. So easily, Bora Badger is outpacing Bullet in overall DPS. Like, seriously, double Obosudan are just going to shred that infantry. T-34 trying to do what it can and does force back an Obosudan squad. Again, I have to assume this is more of a want to get additional health and not waste manpower sort of deal, especially with him getting a Panther and using a lot of that manpower to get it. He doesn't want to waste it. Shock troops heading right. Volk Squad is lying in wait. It is in a rather particular spot, but luckily Half-Track's keeping the shock troops at bay from throwing a grenade and possibly, well, killing that squad. Because again, a good grenade could easily wipe it if they're so congested in a small area. Meanwhile, we got conscripts just chilling on the munition point. They're trying to get behind this high wall, I assume, for the incoming blob. That blob, by the way, is really highly vetted. God dang, vet 4 with 16 kills respectively each and 11 kills on the Sturm. Nothing to sneeze at. Katusha is very close to firing in the next 10 seconds, but again, Panzer IV and Raketwerfer is slowly giving chase. If the Panzer IV sees an opportunity, you can use heat rounds on the T-34 to help end it. Faust doesn't really do too much. Great shots, but unfortunately one bounces, which is weirdly enough the stronger AT gun. Luckily, the M42 does fire again. T-34 opening fire, but we have a Raketwerfer providing good coverage. Katusha is firing on in. It's going to hit the Panzer IV and also hit the Raketwerfer. Another shot combo coming on in. Luckily, Raketwerfer seems to have made it out of there. Even with some long-range shots, they're not able to. Again, he tried to move up the shock troops to knock out the AT gun. If he neutralizes that, that could be a nice little win. Unfortunately, simply not the case. We do get a kill with the Volk squad. Looks like they weren't paying attention on right, and the flamethrower did kill them. So again, good job for Bullet. He neutralized a unit that had some decent veterancy to them. Now, again, Boro Badger still has the better armor suite. Even with an SU-85, I'd gladly take Panzer IV and a Panther. But again, it's more so the use of them. If the Panther and Panzer IV are used poorly or ineffectively, then Bullet can come back. But Bullet absolutely has disadvantage right now, and it's Boro Badger's game to lose at this time. He needs one decisive win in order to take out Bullet. And again, one good hit, one good sweep, and yeah, Bullet is gone. Meanwhile, on the other side, Boro Badger, even if he loses another unit or two, he still has enough to kind of make up for it to still have a good fight. It's really Bullet just in a situation where if he loses, he's so low under Boro Badger that I don't think he can come back. Or if Boro Badger loses, he's like, okay, I'm equal to Bullet now. I still have a chance to come back. It's just harder. Anyway, AT guns opening fire on the Panzer IV, forcing back the shock troops. Meanwhile, we got the Obelsadon chilling out on the fuel with additional fighting going on south of him. Conscript squad being forced back, might lose a model or two. Oh, wait, no, a lot more with that retreat path. My God. Now it looks like on the right, the Volk squad pushed back the conscript, and now we have a big old group of forces, a lot of AT. Panzer IV does manage to not get hit by the AT, and T-34 is opening fire on the Obelsadon, so really good job there. MG's hitting him, does force him back, and Obelsadon could lose another model, but does manage to get out of there in the nick of time, with 2 models down, but 2 remaining, though low on health. MG kind of doing a nice cover area, and again, right now, slowly but surely, Boro Badger is gaining the lead. Again, even if he grabs this point, he's going to need to decap mid, which is a lot harder said than done, with not 1, but 2 piece of armor kind of circling the area. Now, the good news is Boro Badger used a lot of his artillery, and it doesn't seem to have really been all that effective. Panther is diving, and again, there's lots of mines here, so this could be very bad dive for him. Panther is, well, fighting an S-285 and it ended M42, but it does pen, of all things. Holy cow, the little AT gun that could. Pens the Panther multiple times, mind you. And yes, still hitting it. Half health remaining. Raketwerfer moves on in to try to help neutralize the S-285. Katusha in a great spot to really put some pressure if Boro Badger decides to, well, push forward. AT gun does hit the AT gun, decrewing it. This could be a good opportunity for the M42 to neutralize that unit, and it's not like he doesn't have a unit to provide sight. T-34 also coming around, but again, both AT guns are in good positions right now to really force the armor back. Bullet making, doing a lot with very little, though Boro Badger does manage to get the AT gun back under his belt. Again, really solid play by Bullet there. Again, might not seem like much because, again, both pieces of armor are alive, but you have to consider that right now there's only 1 unit to heal, and he doesn't have mechanized. So the Panzer IV is going to have to fight with less health and not receive those repairs. And even though again, Sturm Pioneer is veterancy 3, which absolutely helps, it's still going to be a little while. So that might give the Soviet a little bit of opportunity. And it looks like here the Obelsadon are about to, well, wait, really? He doesn't explode? I'm actually shocked right there. I'm really shocked he didn't explode. But yeah, that push. Oh, there we go. There's a little explosion. Another model on the retreat. AT guns have backed themselves up, I'm assuming waiting for infantry coverage. Shock troops have deployed smoke to grab the munitions. Again, half-track is by itself for the time being, but Panther should be up in the next 30 seconds. Conscript squad very low on health. Bullet doesn't have a ton of options here. Again, he could give himself another conscript squad, but then he would still be down in the, what is it called? The infantry game. So it looks like he's going to go for armor. And with 2 engineers, he has enough, though with 3 units he has to repair. It is a bit much. So he has to make sure he uses them effectively. Otherwise, it could still take a little bit of time, especially with the engineers doing double work, clearing the OKW mines, and also trying to remove areas of cover. Now, again, mine was cleared, but Badger may not know that, so that might be an area he wants to focus on to clear some mines. Because some were placed, some were not. Also, got to give it up to the Katusha, which has done a very good job at pushing back the support equipment, and has been very lucky with some of those barrages. That being said, unfortunately, really wasn't able to get many kills there. Katusha, unfortunately, up to 9 kills, but no veterancy yet, which also doesn't help. Panther just circling in mid. Panzer IV is going to move back up in the next few seconds. T-34 being shot by the Panther, and Minesweepers protecting that mine, but double AT hopefully opening fire. Direct fire was a success. We did pen the Panther. He did move up slightly to stop the shot, and also artillery's coming on in. 482 munitions per turn definitely helps with calling in that barrage, but quick micro by Bullet allows for neither our AT gun to be hit by the artillery. AT guns, though, are opening fire on the armor. Again, Katusha could be in harm's way now. He's going to back on up. T-34, again, is going to ram. And we do have a connection. Also, engine crit. Panzer IV under fire because, well, we have a situation that, yeah, you're diving in S-285 at full health. And, well, oh my god, that Panzer IV. Is it immobilized? No, it's just engine crit. He's just chilling. Oh, he's trying to help against the S-285. AT guns are out of position. They can't finish him off. But what's this? Oh. Oh, he doesn't lose it. He threw an AT grenade. Oh, what a champ. And the AT guns are in a perfect line of sight. He realizes this. He's like, oh, shoot. Conscripts, though, going to also cause some headache because that's going to maybe not do damage because he already threw the AT grenade, but help with line of sight. Lucky shot via the Panther. Neutralized this 285. Again, tried to kill the Panther. Not great. AT gun, again, trying to reposition themselves with Otuobo Sudan. It's really going to come up to that T-34, which is going around the map in a weird way, I have to be honest. I'm surprised it hasn't moved over a lot sooner, but Obo Sudan can make quick work of the AT. And luckily, another Volk squad did go down. I think 2 of them, maybe. No, just 1. But unfortunately, again, weird positioning. We have a Sturm Tiger on the field? What the hell is happening? T-34 going on in. Very close getting the kill. He might... Oh, he's not using heat rounds. Again, rear armor, best penetration chance. Fires, does kill. Sturm Tiger, sorry, stuns the T-34 and doesn't kill it. That's unfortunate. We have another possible foul. He may actually... Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. German M42. Oh my god. Is he gonna literally take this unit and just kill a T-34 with it? Wow, I don't think popping a Sturm Tiger is the best method to win. And also looks like that died, so that's unfortunate. Also, again, most of the infantry is going to require a lot of manpower to reinforce. And it looks like he lost in one of the MGs. Overall, it's tough to say who lost more. Because, again, the AT guns can easily be recruited. But, if I had to say who has a better shot at winning right now, I have to say it's Bullet. Bullet has another T-34. He has one that will be healed. He did lose an engineer squad and a conscript. Don't be wrong. He definitely lost an S-285 and a T-34. But with a Panzer IV and Panther down, along with a Volk squad and an MG, which looks like he's trying to kill right now, I think Badger overall lost more manpower and fuel. Again, also good micro with the Katusha by getting it out of there without, like, causing confusion for the Panther on where to go. Again, don't know if that was on purpose, but that was exactly what was needed. Sturm Tiger, though, might open fire on the MG. Again, or he's just going to chill out and wait. He can't really see the MG, so he doesn't exactly know. Although, given where he isn't, I would assume you know where he is. Luckily, he's moving on in. AT gun could also be a target, but AT gun will fire on the Sturm Tiger. Retreat, not an option for the MG, and the unit does perish. But, again, AT gun moving on up, and right now it's going to take some time to reload. Now, I believe, yeah, the commander patch is not live, so he does have to worry about reloading. He could lose that unit. T-34 is heading a hard right, and VPs is down significantly for Bullet. But again, Bullet just needs a little bit of time to recoup his men. But that might be harder with the Volk squads putting pressure on that. Also, artillery barrage coming in against the Obel-Soldaten. Looks like he's going to try to get out of there, but 2 additional barrages is going to weaken him a lot more. He's still taking some hits, but overall should be fine. That being said, looks like this AT gun might perish. And again, recruiting that will take time. T-34 coming on in does force back the unit. He doesn't really have anything to protect it. AT guns back at base, so they may punish those retreating units and try to get a good kill. And again, you can be lucky. He is being very protective with his T-34, using the house as cover. Oh my god. The problem right now is the fact that even though the more armor, weirdly enough, is with Bullet now, Boro Badger is in a situation where, well, he is the better infantry, easily. 2 Obel-Soldaten, a Volkswagen, and Sturm, compared to 1 Shock. Although, wait, only at 2 kills. Good grenade, by the way. And a conscript squad. So that shock troops, while has high veterancy, not doing the work. Although I love the mines in his base. Absolutely adore that. So that way the Panther, if he thinks about chasing the Katyusha, will get hit by a mine and stopped. Again, some good tactics overall by both sides. It's really going to come down to survival. And right now, Boro Badger is going to gain the momentum I think he needs to maybe pull out a win with the Panther. Though, if Bullet can come again and do another attack on Boro Badger, he can't lose what he did before. It was a Pyrrhic victory. He lost way too much to really gain control of the map. But if he can just do enough, he might be able to win this. Sturm Tiger is opening fire on the T-34. Unfortunately, he stops because the T-34 got out of sight and out of range. Sturm Tiger is moving on into the building. Okay. I'm not sure what he's trying, but Katyusha is opening fire against the MG and Raketenwerfer. Raketenwerfer, though, is getting on out. Does get a hit. MG forced back. Sturm Tiger's actually under fire and is taking some decent damage to the Katyusha. Again, down to half health from a single, I think, 1 T-34 shot, and then a lot of the Katyusha shots, so got to get up to the Katyusha on that one. And you can tell he gained a decent amount of veterancy from that hit overall. Shock troops with, again, 2 kills moving in against the Volk squad. A grenade here could kill it, but alas, I think he's just out of range. He needs the VPs immediately. He's probably just going to make a beeline for it. Panther, though, might make that T-34 pay. There is still conscripts. AT grenade is an option. And again, Panther could use heat rounds to level the playing field. Boro Badger has plenty of munitions. He can absolutely do that. It can go either way. Honestly, I truly think it could go either way. Smoke going down to help protect Bullet's forces, and Boro Badger needs to contend with double AT in mid. But luckily, the Sturm Tiger could be what he needs. Honestly, he doesn't have a Katyusha, but if a good shot from the Sturm could neutralize both. Unfortunately, we have a lot of infantry moving in. I don't think the conscripts are enough, but T-34 coming along the side, and actually AT guns hitting the Sturm. We're going to see a shot. He is not aiming, so no. T-34 backing it up. Panther is moving on in. This is the opportunity. If the AT guns stay there, and again, unfortunately, they had to move from the artillery piece, we can see something. Panther body blocking the Sturm Tiger, slowing it down from giving chase. Panther is also heading left. T-34 is still there. Also, Bullet could be saving up for an S-285. That would help alleviate that strain from the Panther. Because again, 2 T-34s have a rough time with this unit, but again, an S-285 can crack this nut very, very effectively. You just need to worry about those heat rounds. Sturm Tiger, I think, yep, he used emergency repairs. Good for him. Unfortunately, Katyusha once again drives out the infantry in mid, allowing Bullet a little time to put that pressure on Boro Badger, if only for a minute. MG guarding this area could be flanked, but again, generally speaking, they're going to go straight for him. And overall, it's looking pretty good. Right now, we have the T-34 just hanging out in mid. AT guns are prepped and ready to go. Panther trying to give chase and trying to do what he can. I think he's like, nah, I'm not going to fully go in there. I don't need to. I don't want to. Because, again, he doesn't need to sacrifice units. And I swear to God, he better not sacrifice units. Although, Sturm Tiger, potential for a little friendly fire. Stop the shot. But I don't think the Obel-Soldaten are going to enjoy staying there for too much longer. That T-34 with 8 kills. Again, not a ton of kills, but definitely putting on the pressure. Sturm Tiger, again, can't take a lot of damage. That's one positive. And again, Boro Badger still has the half track with 17 kills. Again, plenty of options right now to keep the enemy back. Infantry and armor with the new Raketenwerfer on the field. Though, with the Katyusha constantly doing barrages, you're going to want to keep those Rekenwiffers separated in order to do maximum damage. Otherwise, if you keep them close together, or, you know, any infantry unit close together, you could see that Katusha or even this artillery barrage neutralize it. MG, 5 kills, veteran C3. Got to give a handout to it for holding this point from the Soviet forces. Another conscript squad is on the field, and an S-285 is on the field. Panther diving. AT guns are not in a great position as far as I can tell. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, one's back here. We do have a barrage, but it missed the T-34, just shell-shocking it. Again, not even up to vet 1 yet. AT gun is opening fire, I think. No, it's aiming at the Sturm-Tiger. We have something coming in. Again, you're keeping your units combined, and artillery is going to make you pay. I have no idea what this thing is doing. I think it's just using it for intimidation. That's also a method of Sturm-Tiger. Sturm-Tiger could be used as intimidation. You don't know it needs reloaded. Okay, maybe Bullet's smarter, and he probably is smart to realize that. But he did move back his men, so he could be fearing the Sturm-Tiger's vengeance. Though, again, I don't think there's really much there to it. An issue could also be Veteran C1 deploys the grenade launcher, which is very, very good at just annoying infantry with shots. S-285, though, is on the field now. AT gun. Again, there's enough AT for the Soviets with that. That I think you should be okay. Conscripts flanking the MG. That's going to put pressure. But again, they're going to stop the decap from the AT gun. Really, this Obosudan squad is going to be more important. Oh, wait, you got the kill. Very nice. I'm sorry, I missed that. Obosudan squad did perish. Obosudan heading right. Soviet forces pressing in mid. Half-track is suppressing the conscript, forcing it back. AT gun getting the point. Again, helping turn things around. T-34 opening fire. Katusha may have not actually... I'm not sure who got that kill. Whatever the case may be, Panther is giving chase, but that... Goddamn, that AT gun, even though it doesn't do a lot of damage, it's just enough to keep that Panther back. It's the Tien Shinhan holding back Imperfect Cell, alright? It's not gonna kill it, but it will definitely hold it back long enough for whatever you need to get out of there to do it. Unfortunately, Sturm-Tiger does let a good old blast out and hit the M42. And he survives. He takes it. Yeah, keep yourself, Panther, because that little M42 is not going down. Or it's Sturm-Tiger as well. T-34 is hanging left to stop the Volk squad, building cover. And, yeah, unfortunately... he's still building the cover. T-34 is going to have a fun time here, easily killing this Volk squad that's just really not receiving any sort of assistance via its controller. Hey, I should stop building this. I'm going to die. And yeah, very close to death. Luckily, there's no mines its way. Panther taking a number of AT gun shots, pulls back. Conscripts providing that protective cover. Shock troops are dead, but I'm assuming that might be a relief for Bullet because honestly, they got some damage, but they weren't getting kills. Like, honestly, they just weren't. They were helping decap points, sure, but it sucks he lost the unit, and I hoped the shock troops would be effective, but I think they got, what, 3 kills, 4 kills respectively? Like, they weren't doing as much as, like, this Obosudan squad with 24 kills, though range could be a huge factor. But a factor we do have to come into terms with is the fact that we have 1, 2, maybe 3 T-34s on the field at the same time, and, yeah, that's going to be a lot of damage going down against Burrow Badger and Bullet. Luckily, maybe a pick for the T-34. We have a Panther trying. Katusha, though, comes on and gets some great shots against the enemy infantry, forcing them off mid. Panther taking a number of good hits from that ZIS-3 and S-285. Sturm-Tiger moving on in with 9 kills, trying to make something happen. Firing a long-range shot, might be able to kill it. Hold on. Nope. Does not fire. Realizes the target's out of range. Might try to go for the S-285. AT guns are sort of blocked by this. Yeah, it does, definitely hits the house. We do have another T-34 on the field. Again, that's a lot of armor on the field for the Soviets that Burrow Badger needs to contend with. Now, Rekenwiffers are moving on in. Katusha has not been able to reload yet. He has a minute left. So there's plenty of time for those Rekenwiffers to do damage without a barrage forcing them back. Unfortunately, we may see the end of these conscripts. They're very low. Obosudan could pick them off, but I think they're just out of range. I love the Rekenwiffer trying to use its crew to pick them off, too. That's funny. Double Rekenwiffer might make a quick end to the T-34. He's going to hide behind the building. Again, also try to kill a Rekenwiffer. The building protects him unless we get a shot through it. We do get a shot through it. but it barely misses, and a T-34 survives another day with literally a minuscule health left. To be honest, like seriously, that thing has so little health left. Luckily, S-25 coming in to stop the charging bull, or in this case, charging panther. Panther does not care. No munitions though, so don't expect anything in regards to an artillery strike. He's trying to go for that T-34, but the other one's coming on in from behind. Again, great rear armor shot. AT guns are lining up for a good shot, but luckily, almost Sudan are keeping him at bay. We have a ram coming on in, but just doesn't miss. Luckily, he brings it close enough to actually start firing on all the infantry. And yeah, a lot of the infantry are going to be lit upon by this Vet 3. I love it. It didn't lose its main gun because it didn't hit, but it chased the Panther back into the AT gun's range. Sudan couldn't kill the unit in time. Sudan might itself be killed, which is a Vet 4 with 41 kills. Be astonishing if that unit perished, but that T-34 might finish him right here, right now with the conscripts. Sudan do get picked off by the T-34, now at 16 kills. 27 kills for that. Again, was there long enough for its engine to be repaired, and now pulling out like a champ. Running over Sturms in the process. We do have some units on the left waiting to take out this MG, which is an MG-34. Hilarious, all things considered. Conscripts trying to hold mid, and again, Boro Badger doing an excellent job at trying his best to get in there. He still has a good amount of units. Like, he's doing okay. He did lose almost Sudan squad. He did lose a couple things. And he has another Panther, so he has reserves. But now he's in a situation that Bullet was in. Bullet was down significantly. And somehow, ladies and gentlemen, has turned the tide to make it one of the most exciting Master League games I've seen so far. Now, we have a Storm Tiger shot going in, kills the unit, not even able to recrew it, just outright kills the Maxim. Excellent shot there, 16 kills. Honestly, I think the Storm Tiger is doing its job. It is killing units, so I can't say it's not. The problem is, I think it's just great use of everything else. Bullet's just using the T-34s very effectively, like the T-70, to help pick off targets. And he's so very close to killing that Volk squad. Barely survives with Panthers coming on in. Again, he's just charging a very low T-34. Now he is being chased. However, as stated before, it's also close enough he can't ram. So that's also really, really good. Shots are still penetrating. Panther misses. T-34 could go in for a ram if they feel confident. Recamera for so, providing the protection. Panther somehow didn't... Oh my god, that took a lot longer than expected. Panther down to half health. And again, Storm Tiger reloading. Very ballsy by reloading so close to the front, but he doesn't care. Also, Recamera and M42 duking it out. Not the fight you expected, but the one you're seeing, and actually he did get a kill. Panther again needs heals. They have armor moving on in, including a Bet 3 T-34, which is now taking shots. AT gun opening fire. Again, ram. We do get a hit. M42. Wow, are you serious? M42 is now the chosen one. He's like, all right, kill this Panther, M42. He's slowly getting back. M42, Veteran C2 doing its best. Gonna get Veteran C3 here. Still trying to pen. It's all down to the M42. MG coming on in, but gets neutralized by the Sturm. And the M42 being backed up by a weakened S-25 gets the kill, though itself perishes by Sturm Pioneers. At Veteran C, at Vet 5, respectively. Storm Tiger could easily come on in, but it did fire that shot. Needs to repair. And, not repairs. My apologies. Reload. The Vet 3 did perish, but it did its job at killing the Panther. However, Bullet might still lose this game because he wasn't paying attention to his infantry. Or not paying attention. It might have been the fact that Boro Badger really played upon it, because right now, while he still has a decent amount of armor and getting more, victory points matter so very much. Victory points matter so much, and there's not much to stop this, the double cannon morphers. The armor needs to head back. There's only one unit to repair. This is the problem I said earlier with Boro Badger. He only had one unit. He still has a good amount of armor on the field. Volk squads are still active and highly vetted. We still have one Sudan squad. We have 2 conscripts. That's it. Unfortunately, I think this might be game for Bullet. He did kill the Panther, but I think he lost too much. And while I think he has a better shot of maybe picking off units and recovering, it's going to be tough because he has armor and he really needs infantry. But I get it. He really needs stuff to capture points. I find it hilarious. He's still getting the munition point here and has 600 munitions or something ridiculous. It's insane. But Boro Badger, even though the fight was won here against the Panther, he lost too much here. He lost the AT gun. He lost the MGs. Yeah, just way too much. And that might cost him. Also, where's that Zis 3? That could be easily recruited and used, but alas. Also, Volk Squad did get picked off by T-34. I think he was in the building? Unsure? Oh, yeah, he left the building and got single-shotted. Well, that might actually... I wasn't expecting that. Artillery coming on in, forcing the MG back. Very close to a wipe. No cigar on that one. He stays outside. Obosadana are going to cover mid. Right-hand side is a T-34. Left-hand side had infantry and a T-34. Rakan Woodford, though, is there. No way to Faust. He's reloading. Oh, no. Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, if the Sturm Tiger gets hit while reloading, there's a good chance it could be decrewed. Unfortunately, you still have to worry about the Rakan Woodford, which is why he's microing the way he is, I assume. But still, oh my god. He's like, alright, cool, kill everything else. MG killed by the T-34. Veteran C-31 just chilling, going around the map. And yeah, he needs the point immediately. So he's probably going to use capture mode, I assume. Are you going to use capture mode? You could use capture mode. Rakan Woodford still moving on in. Nope, still going after it. Did reload in time. So that's something to take note of. He has no snares, but he does have the Panzer IV on the field. This is very weird. I'm going to be honest. Sturm Tiger lighting up, killing the conscript squad. Again, you can't keep losing infantry. Though the same can be said with Rakan Woodford being dead. Sturm Tiger attempted to be killed. More T-34s coming to the battle at hand. We could see a ram in a moment. He's trying to decap it. He needs it. I love it. He does ram this while reloading. Somehow doesn't, you know, take it out. One shot could stop it. He does manage to stop it. I cannot believe this. No ability to stop the decapture here. A lot of units very low. S-25 gets the kill. He needs something on left. He probably won't get it. I cannot believe this. Do we have anything else in the proximity? Anything at all? All the armor is dying. The T-34 is dead. The half-track will perish. Literally, Boro Badger doesn't have enough men to continue this fight at this current capacity. Hell, he's about to lose all of his armor, and yet somehow he will win this game. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. This is what you guys want to see, and I'm gonna be honest, I was messaged by both these players to make sure they cover it, and I think I know why now. It is so close. Bullet would have maybe pulled the win there if he would have had one squad to go over there and decap the point, or if that T-34 decaptured the point a little bit sooner. Like literally, if he would have done it a second earlier, he could have decapped that point, and Boro Badger would have probably been in a situation where it's like, I have 2 units left. This is GG, but no. Boro Badger, with 2 units remaining and a Sturm Tiger saving shot, managed to keep Bullet from taking the point. Boro Badger, I cannot say this enough. GG. Good game, man. Same thing with Bullet. This is easily the best game, or one top 3 games I've cast in the Master League so far. Insane. Absolutely insane. I cannot believe this. And by God, again, this is going in a video. I could not get this live because it was delayed. I am so sorry that I was not able to cast this live. Boro Badger and Bullet, you guys receive... You guys... I am so sorry. I am so sorry that you guys did not get the credit where credit was due on this. But this was incredible. This was absolutely incredible. And I'm so happy I was able to recover this game now. Oh my God. Down to the wire indeed. Again, 195 kills for Bullet, showing that he was absolutely tearing apart Boro Badger, except for maybe his shock troops. Shock troops seem to have done a lot of damage or high efficiency, but I wasn't seeing the kill count there. A lot of T-34s were deployed. They got a number of kills. Good for them. Boro Badger, on the other hand, lots of damage with the Rakan Woodford. Lost a lot of Volk squads, but still did what it needed to. 284 kills. And did a lot of work there. Also, got to give a hand out to the Vet 5 Sturm. Just saying. Someone lived throughout the battle. But yeah, great game. Seriously, awesome. And yeah, this was a game 1 in the series. Now it's on to game 2. Alright, before you guys go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Joey G240, Milam, Aphyria, Ace, PyroShark, Tony B95, Epic Pleb, Fall of Man 7943, XSomeToolx, and Netkuba. Thank you all for your incredible support. You guys rock. This has been Greyshot117, and I'll see all of you next time.